night, screens glowing blue. Got the facts in my headlights, Commonwealth tripping, but the truth stay calm. Morrissey and Lally, I'ma read them like Psalms. KP throwing shade from a broke down porch, but the files in my lap like a flame to a torch. I don't raise my voice, I just let the game speak. Steady with the grind while the crooked run weak. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just ride a slow grind. Midnight oil burning, pen hit the pad slow. Every word cut clean like the rims on the 6-4. From Boston to Brockton, the whispers all hum. Turtle boys riding in the reckoning gon' come. Lally in the back room, Morrissey on the phone. Trying to twist the narrative, but they can't postpone. I'm just sipping on the facts while the city play pretend. True, got no curfew, I'ma run it to the end. See, this ain't about fame, this about that long game. You can duck, you can weave, but the truth still call your name. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just riding slow, gliding. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just riding slow, gliding. We just call whole down to the city blocks. We just riding slow, gliding.
Welcome to the Weekend Live Show.
508 is where I'm from.
We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night. Let us know in the comments right now where you reppin'.
Apache Junction, Canton, Worcester, Long Island, Manchard, South Florida, Webster, Malden, Framingham, Tucson, Wichita, Billerica, Salem, Gloucester, Moosop, Connecticut, Charleston, South Carolina, Roslindale, Moosop, Connecticut, London, Hanson, Glendale, Arizona, Lynn, Mapleville, Quincy.
Food stands, leave it closed, buddy, and
hey, you funny ass guy, man.
Have you ever heard of Turtleboy? Yeah? Are you a fan?
508 is where I'm from.
Hey, what's up?
508 is where I'm from.
How was that?
You a freaking idiot. Stop telling people that I'm mentally deranged and stupid.
Call me Aidan. He's not a doctor, but...
Get out of my store, please.
You're a fucking loser.
You are a loser.
You're not a journalist. You're nobody.
You're not turtle hair. Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
NFL on the house, blog that.
Let's get this party started.
Yo. What's up, everybody? Hello. Hold on. You guys hear me okay? What's going on, everybody? Hold on. We got to fix this. No more green screen issues, at least, because I just got rid of the green screen. What's that? It's all right, isn't it? All right, cool. I don't like it. I don't like it. A little more down. There we go. Much better. Cool. All right. What's up, everybody? Good evening. Happy Sunday night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my YouTube presentation. My name is Aidan Kearney. You can call me a variety of nicknames if you like, up to including Timothy Kearney. That's my true crime name. You can call me Journalism Jesus. It's my spiritual name. You can call me, what else can you call me? You can call me Uncle Turtleboy. Old school turtle riders call me that. You can just call me Turtleboy if you'd like, or Turts, or Teebs, or Turtle Dove even. I prefer Dr. Turtleboy. It's my preferred pronoun because if Judd Welch is a doctor, then I get to be a doctor too. I can paint myself blue if I want any day of the week. Although I'd rather paint myself green because I'm just a turtle. You can call me, if you'd like, Daddy For some of you, that might be weird and awkward. For others, it might be fun, flirtatious, playful, even sexy. You know, you can call me different kinds of daddy if you'd like. You can call me crowd daddy, theater daddy, brow daddy, you know, daytime daddy. You can call me, you know, what else? I guess, of course, a fridge daddy, you know, because I will fix your fridge or any other appliance in your house, particularly the kitchen. It's my favorite room. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and normally Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp. Unless something's going on. What the hell was going on last night? What did I do last night? I just had my kids last night. So it was like, I don't want to, you know, it was, you know, the kids slept over. So, you know, I'm not going to do a show in their hair just because we watched World Cup instead. We watched the Scotland game, the Scotland-Haiti game. You don't see that a lot. First ever time. I love the World Cup. You guys watching the World Cup? I love this shit. I watch every game. Or try to at least. I have it on. I like watch every single pass. But, you know, I'm just a normal soccer dad now. So I've developed a bit of an appreciation for football, if you will. And, you know, watching my kids' games and stuff like that, it's like then you watch it in the field, you're like, oh, oof. And it's fun to watch with your kids because your kids are getting into it too, you know. And you're like, oh, man, look at that. I'm doing this. Look at that little move they did there. You could do that, learn from them. I mean, I can't teach them how to do that. You know, I'm just a normal dad. I don't know how to do that stuff. So, yeah, just watching Ivory Coast, Ecuador, two countries no one gives a shit about. They both sound very hot, but Ivory Coast is winning, unless I saw. Australia won today. That's a big one for the. And America looked awesome, man. We look good. We suck at soccer. The United States is not a good soccer country. You know, usually we don't even make the World Cup. But we're the host country, so we get the automatic team. But we're also not bad. I mean, they kicked the shit out of Paraguay. They beat them. They whooped them pretty good. And they weren't like Curacao or one of these like joke countries or like Iraq. They're like a real country from South America that plays soccer a lot, you know. And so I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, pretty cool to see that. And we'll see how they do in the next game against Australia. Whoever wins that is probably going to win the group. So it's great. It's great. And then I also understand Stanley Cup's on tonight. I had to pick between, you know, am I going to go live during the biggest, like we got NBA finals or NHL? And I chose go live during NHL because I think it's more like the fucking Knicks. Congratulations to the Knicks, to the players, especially because, like I said, I like the players. I think they're cool. I think they're, you know, they're like right at the peak of their career. It's kind of now or never for the Knicks. I feel like if you don't start winning now, the team starts falling apart. They remind me of the 04 Pistons that didn't have like a real, I mean, Jalen Brunson's really good, but like he's not what you think of when you think of like the face of the league, like a top 5 player. You just don't think of him, you know, and maybe you do now, but that was because he was awesome and he's clutch. But that was cool. I mean, it's good for him. And, you know, but they also avoided the Celtics and the Thunder. They did. Just telling you, they avoided both of them. So maybe they won't next year. So maybe we'll be back. Maybe we'll get the Greek Freak. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But again, the reason I didn't want to see is because the fans just don't deserve that. They don't. And once is enough. You know, once is enough. That's it. You got your championship. Back to business. Someone else next year. That's it. So there is that. So that's what I was doing last night. I understand it's game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight. But again, it's 2 franchises. It looks like the Hurricanes are winning 1-0. It's Las Vegas against Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't even know. I thought they were in Charlotte. They're not even in Charlotte. And it's like I couldn't pick. I mean, 2 cities that give a shit less about hockey than those 2. It looks like the Hurricanes are going to win. Congratulations. Very cool. But, you know, the Knicks winning was bigger. So, anyway, yeah, 53 years. It's a long time. But I'm just like, bro, good for them. Good for them. I'll give it to them. Good for them. Okay, yeah, Proctor's definitely not a fan of Proctor watches the NBA. He just gets so mad. His head explodes watching that. So there's that. All right, real quick too about like all this other nonsense drama, because like there's people in my inbox and it's just like it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Like check this out real quick. And all right. So I got this chick in my inbox. I don't know what her name. She goes by Jen D. All right. I don't know what her real name is. Don't care. But she appears to have been a supporter of mine in the past and is not happy on the neutral position that I've taken on other people's personal drama that has nothing to do with me. And she is not the only person who's in my inbox. Multiple people are in my inbox. People are texting me about this, saying, oh, you need to go and listen to this. Here's the real context of what they said, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, let me be very clear to you. Shut the fuck up. Don't text me about it. Don't call me about it. I don't care. I don't care. No one else is telling you that. So I'm going to tell you that. Okay? And so I got this person in my inbox telling me, like, sends me this the other day. She goes, I can't listen to you drag Jess. Best of luck. I go, I never dragged what? If you say so, but I heard you on Thursday, it's what you opened with. No, if you think that's a dragging, you must be new here. You must be new here. If you think that's me dragging somebody, that's nice. That was not even close. Not even close. That was me avoiding dragging. That was me avoiding this issue altogether. Okay? And I thought I was the only mature adult in the room, quite frankly. All right? Baker said what he had to say, what? How many days ago? 10 days ago? Machado said she wasn't going to respond and then has responded every day since. I don't care. Okay? Let her respond. I think everyone else should stop. And my official position on this moving forward is like, if you have a platform and you're not talking about my charges, don't pretend to give a fuck about me. Okay? That goes for everyone. That includes, because people are, you're siding with Will and Baker. No, that goes for them too. It goes for everyone who has a platform. If you have a YouTube stream and you claim to support me, well, I have a trial in less than 6 months. Okay? I have hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage to go through of my own words, videos in which they have to show the intent. I could actually use your help, content creators. I could use your fucking help right now because I can't do it all. I cannot do all this by myself. Kara Reed had a lot of help. She had a lot of help. Okay? She didn't have content creators ripping each other apart, doing this. That happened after she was acquitted. Go back, go rip each other apart after I'm fucking acquitted. So like that's my official statement now. If you have a channel and you stream and you're not talking about my fucking charges, not every day, obviously, but frequently, just talking about my charges frequently, bringing up streams, playing clips, going over the witness intimidation statute, right? Showing people why I'm not committing witness intimidation, coming up with cool ideas. If you're not doing that, and instead you're choosing to focus on all this other shit, please lose my fucking number. Don't ever, ever pretend that you gave a fuck about me ever. Because now I need you. I need the help of the YouTube community to get to stay focused and do this. So I will take any continuing discussion about this as a personal insult to me. That's the way I will take it. And I'm just telling you that moving forward. That includes everybody, everyone. So it's not like, oh, you're just saying this to Jess. No, I'm saying it to everybody, everyone. Okay. So let's see who can do that moving forward. Let's see who can do that moving forward, starting tomorrow. If you continue to talk about this shit, I'm just letting you know, I'm taking that as a personal insult to me. That's what I'm, because like I have serious shit out here and you have a platform and you have a chance to fucking talk about this and you have a chance to discuss this. And if you're not discussing this, then what the fuck is the point of your platform? What are you doing this for? That's it. That's it. Jimmy did a fundraiser for me this week. That's awesome. Really appreciate that. That was really cool. That was really nice. Something like that. Because I need the help. I need the help. You guys don't understand what it's like being under attack like this. You know, I paid 6 figures for a new lawyer, right? Just for this whole thing, for a retainer. Guess what? It's used up. I owe 5 figures more now. Every fucking, you know what that's like? You ever accumulate bills like that? You ever accumulate $250,000 bills in over a 30-day period? Because I have, just out of nowhere. And that's what I'm dealing with on a daily fucking basis. So I don't ever want to hear a fucking word from another YouTube content creator about this ongoing drama. That's it. If you continue to talk about it, you're fucking dead to me. Just dead. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't care. Don't tag me in it. Don't fucking tell me about it. If you email me like this bitch is doing right here, like telling me about like, oh, you know, I go, what are you talking about? I never dragged Jess. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then I get a fucking centigraph here. I'm like, what the fuck? Who are you? And why do you have this much time in your day to dedicate to 2 people who have nothing to do with your fucking life? How empty is your life, Gen D, that you would write this centigraph to me about, you're putting all the responsibility on Jess with this BS. We'll put him bigger on a pedestal. He also made the choice to sex with a woman online in a different country that is a complete stranger. They literally have Dr. Phil episodes about that. He alone took a photo of a sex story that was so offended by. Shut the fuck up. Fine, if people don't like her content, but you're okay with Will saying she's doing everything for you, that she's in it for clout for you. I don't fucking listen to what Will is saying. Shut the fuck up, Gen D. Go die in a fucking hole. Go die in a fucking hole. Shut up. Stop messaging me about this. I don't listen to Will's content all the time. I listen to him some of the time, but not that fucking often. Because there's not enough hours in the goddamn day, is there? When you're fighting for your fucking life, imagine being a grown-up and writing this to someone. Imagine what a failure you are. How embarrassed you should be. Jendi, you should wake up every day and hate yourself. You should hate your life. Because your life is fucking pathetic, girl. Because you actually messaged me this shit. And then she goes on to say, if you choose to engage with strangers on the internet and get burned, it might take personal responsibility not knowing the person well enough. I don't give a fuck who anyone sex with, but you can't cry victim. I put myself in that position before. I learned my life. You think I give a... Who fucking cares about her state? You think I'm going to debate you about this shit? Who are you? Of all the disgusting things we've seen and heard, you don't think outrage over a sex toy is silly? It blows my mind that just saying he's stuck his dick in the fleshlight brings out the pitchforks. Your jury is going to hear a lot of you saying unsavory things. I hope they don't clutch their pearls like this and they can see through the BS. But seeing this reaction over a fleshlight makes me nervous for you. You don't control, like you give a fuck about me. Like you give a flying fuck about me at all. At all. You don't control what people say, but you can't correct the lies about her. I can correct the lies about her. I can say this, correct Will. I'm not watching it. I don't know what the lies are about her. Okay? Because I don't follow this shit like you do. Stay the fuck out of my inbox. I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to messaging me shit like this. Stay out of my inbox. Because it's getting out of hand. Enough of these fucking lonely, busybody twats. Because I told her, grow up. She goes, I'll ignore the grow up comment. Oh, okay. I said, honestly, she needs to put you people on a leash. You're all insane. Because that's the part she then screenshot of that and posted it. And I was retweeting it. He goes, this is how he feels about it. Has Aidan come out and said anything negative about Jess? I hope not. This is how he feels. Honestly, she needs to put all you people on a leash. You're insane. Yeah, I agree with that. I would. If I was her, I'd be like, you guys leave him alone. Stop fucking messaging him. Like, you're making me look fucking retarded. Cut the shit. I'm embarrassed to have fans like you. That's what I would say. That's what I would fucking say. Stay out of the man's fucking inbox. He's got a lot going on. Okay? Don't bother him with this shit. You want to message someone? Message Will. He's the one that's actually in the fucking sandbox with her, not me. Stay out of my fucking inbox. I don't know who you think you are talking to me like that. Like you have some sort of editorial control over me. Get out of here. Who are you, Jen D? Who are you? I said great things about her the other day. I came on here and I said nothing but good things. I'm like, yeah, she's done this for me. She's done this for me. And for that thing, I think she's in the wrong in the situation. Yeah. Now that you're asking me, yeah, I do. I think she was wrong, and I think she should apologize. That's all I said. I think she should apologize. Yes, my opinion, that's what I think she should do, because he didn't stick his dick in a fleshlight. And she said he did, and that's it. I would just be like, you know what? I just want to correct the record. I have no evidence that he did this. That's all I would say. That's it. And I think everything would have been fucking fine. Okay? That's it. People asked my opinion. I gave my honest opinion. That's not dragging someone. That's not dragging someone. I was respectful. I highlighted all the good things she's done. I highlighted the goodness she's done. And I gave her really good advice that she's chosen to ignore. And that's fine. That's her prerogative. Okay. I don't know what you want me to say about that. You know, I go, these people get into pissing matches with each other. And it's my job to correct the lies. No, it's my job to fight for my fucking life. Something you wouldn't know the first thing about. Because people like you are in this entirely for drama. Die in a hole. That's it. That's it. So stay out of my inbox with that shit. That's it. So that's it. I've said everything I need to say. I'd be like, he's going to go off on Jazz. No, I'm not. But if this is the path we're going down, I'm just not going to talk about her. It's like there's nothing to talk about. I'm interested in my charges. I'm interested in fighting corruption. I'm interested in having people on my team that want to do that. Anybody that's not doing that is no good. See you later. That's it. And that doesn't mean I need to attack them or whatever. You just separate from them. That's it. You just separate from them. I'm only interested in people who actually want to talk about these charges, who actually want to fight the corruption of the Commonwealth, who actually want to help me get ready for trial, who actually want to help you, like people like Melanie Little, people like Melanie, because every day Melanie is on there talking about my case, and it's great. And I love listening to it. It's fantastic. It really is, because it's something that matters. Okay. And I listened to her today, and it was great. She was talking about all anti-Staaahp stuff with an attorney who knows all about anti-Staaahp, who had some really good insight, and it was really interesting hearing that. Okay. That's my kind of content. That's what I want. So if you're not making content like that, I ain't listening to you. That's it. And I nothing against you. God bless. I wish you nothing but the best. No hard feelings. But this is where we go our separate ways. That's it. Because we're not rowing in the same direction. If that's what happens, we're each in our own boat going somewhere else. That's it. That's it. So there's that. It's a free country. People can do whatever they want. They can talk about whatever they want. They can do whatever they want, and they can associate with whoever they want. And that's it. So there we go. Okay, cool. If anyone wants their messages read out loud to the class tonight, the link is at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtleboy, and we can do it that way. Why don't we read a few Turtle Chats to get this party started, shall we? It's been so hot lately. It's been so nice. The pool's dope. Keeping it up. I check my chlorine levels every day. I put it in when needed. I am backwashing more than I feel like I should. The PSIs go way up a lot. I don't know. I feel like you shouldn't have to do it as often as I do, but we'll figure it out. Okay. And just to be clear, I thought about calling both. I was going to call Jess and Will today privately and have this conversation one-on-one with each of them. And then I just thought against it. I'm like, yeah, I'll just say it on my show instead, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm picking a side or anything like that. Right. That's it. I just wanted to say it here so the whole public can know my stance, and that's it. All right. Norfolk County citizen sends $10, goes, the DA candidates marched in the Dedham Flag Day parade today. Well, minus Connor, who got back into his truck halfway through the route. Meanwhile, Dietch received a hero's welcome, hashtag AD for DA. You know, I was in Milton today, actually, for my niece's baptism. I went to a lovely church there in East Milton. I think it's St. Agatha's is really nice there. And, you know, saw my the 13th Kearney, 13th or 14th. Hold on. I got to know. My daughter's number 2, and then my son's 4, 6. I got to think how many kids in this family now. So I have 2, and there's 4, so that's 6. And there's 4 more, so 10. And there's 2, that's 12, and then 13. So this is the 13th kid. Okay. So you got 13 cousins. And so we saw that one get baptized. And but anyway, I'm in Milton driving around, and I didn't see any Dietch signs. Not that that matters that much. I also didn't see any Connor signs. I saw McClellan signs. McClellan, whoever that is. I think he's the other guy running. And I also saw Jubinville signs. Now, Jubinville is the guy. He's older, but he's like, I guess, an established name in town. And it has, at least my understanding is, he said that if he was elected, he would drop the charges against me, right? Which is great. But is he viable? Can he win? Like, most of you probably don't even know who he is, but do the voters in Norfolk County know? And it just, I don't know. There's no polling in any of this. If there was polling, we could get a better idea of what's going on. But they don't poll in primary races for Norfolk County DA, even though this really is like a big, thing. So I don't know. I would vote for, obviously, Adam Dietch, because I just have the faith in him. And if you guys didn't see, St. Karen Reed was out. I call her that jokingly, but she's not a saint, but she is a victim and of corruption and a fighter. So that's great. But I also, where'd it go? They were so mad about this. So there it is. You guys see this picture? Look at this. So you guys might have seen this. It's going around. Today was the grand opening of Adam Dietch's campaign office in Quincy. It was a pleasure to meet him, Karen Reed, and Mr. Reed, and steadfast boots on the ground. It's just 81 days from the primary on September 1st. There's an army of people on Twitter who support truth, justice, and accountability. The best way to make that happen is to support his campaign in any way you can. The game will be won on the ground. Yes, it will. I mean, he's like a serious candidate. He's not like just some, Twitter candidate, because that's often, that's what I worry about, is like, how well is he known by regular people in Norfolk County? On the internet, he's the most famous candidate by far, followed by Connor, right? And Juna Perkins probably a distant third. But with this, it's nice to see. He's got like an office. He's taking this shit seriously. And, of course, it's impossible to miss in this picture is Karen Reed. Just feet away from him, like right there. Okay. They appear to be talking to each other in this picture, smiling, right? And that's great to see. I loved this picture because my take on this was that, I'm going to show you my official take on this. I said, does anyone think that Adam Dietch would be campaigning with Karen Reed if he thought there was any chance she got away with murder? Any chance? He knows exactly what happened because he saw things at the federal grand jury that no one else has. Remind me to talk about that. And this is why he's running for district attorney. So, like, think about that. If Adam Dietch, would Adam Dietch be, if if Casey Anthony, if he was running for DA in Casey Anthony's town, do you think he'd be seen in pictures with her afterwards? Do you think the district attorney for Los Angeles would be campaigning with O.J. Simpson? No. Campaigning alongside Karen Reed is symbolic. It is. Because she is, and I'm happy that she's out there. I'm happy that she's being seen. I'm happy that she's using the clout that she has and the recognizable, what's the word? Recognizability? Is that a word? I don't even know. Whatever the word is that people will recognize you. Okay. She has that. And she's been missing for many months. Like a lot of people haven't seen. Like Karen Reed's been keeping a low profile, right? So it's very good to see her out there with her face in the flesh, really doing the most important thing you can do if you want real change. And that's campaign for this guy. Okay. That is, and it was really, really good to see this, I thought. And that was really uniting. And I thought that so just seeing her there, it was a fucking statement, man. It was a statement. It's a statement for Adam Dietch saying, I'm not afraid to be associated with her. Not only that, I'm proud to be associated with her. She's on probation still. You know what I mean? Technically, we're coming up on the 1 year for being convicted of a DUI. And that doesn't bother me in the least. In the least. And this guy knows shit that nobody else knows because he was in a closed door grand jury that will never see the light of day, I don't think, because no charges came out of it, in which Michael Proctor, Colin Albert, Brian Albert, Jennifer McCabe, Kerry Roberts too, I believe, and others were all questioned. All of these people were questioned behind there. Now, and this is where I need your help looking for this, okay? I've heard from Plevin and others that that Dietch and Levy used big printouts of my articles from the Canton cover-up series as evidence that they confronted the McAlberts with. This is a major criticism Plevin and them have, is that that Josh Levy needs to answer for himself. He was using Turtleboy's articles and questioning them about it. And that's unprofessional and all that. Okay. I don't want to debate him about that, but I would like to know if it's true. Cause that would help. I don't want to give it to, that would be interesting information to have, particularly since we are about to be arguing a motion to dismiss for anti-Staaahp. And we are arguing, if you're going to get it's no secret that anti-Staaahp can be dismissed. Cases can be dismissed under the anti-Staaahp if you are petitioning the government, if you're getting people to petition the government. And if my articles are being used by the government as evidence in a federal grand jury, well, that's information that would be very interesting to me. If so, and people I don't trust anything Plevin says. I don't trust anything Plevin says. But it's not just Plevin saying it. It's lots of others saying it, and people how would Plevin know? Well, there's Plevin in this case, Plevin is a source, because who's the only person that could tell him that? The people that were at the grand jury, right? Colin Albert, Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, any of these people that testified in front of the federal grand jury. I mean, he has had lunch he's gotten a meal of food with Brian Higgins, so I'm talking about the federal grand jury. If this is true, which I have every reason to believe is true, I would like some sort of confirmation for that. Has anyone else heard that? I know other people have heard this. He's talked about it. I know I'm not alone in this world. Other people have heard them say this. So just keep your ear out for me with that one, guys. Keep your ear out and your eyes out for people who have confirmed that at the federal grand jury that my articles were used as, how about you do that? How about content creators go do that? Go find that out. Go find some clips of that instead of talking about drama. How about that? How about that? Because I think at this point, everyone has said what they need to say with that. There's really nothing more to say, is there? Everybody's made their point, and I think it's time to focus on this. All right. So yeah, there we go. Let's see. And one thing I am loving about this, and there's Jon Comeau. John, if you're out there, John, I used to have your number. I didn't save it. I'd like to talk to you. So just give me a text if you can. I wanted to ask you something. I don't know how to reach you anymore, but anyway, John's very active on. If you guys don't know Jon Comeau, he is a Stoughton resident who I may or may. There's been a little. I've talked shit about him and vice versa. I've had issues with him. Who cares? Who cares? We are rowing in the same direction. And this guy is, has known the McAlbert clan since his youth. Oh, he's live right now. Okay. He's known the McAlbert clan since his youth. He's kind of from the area. He's from Stoughton. I think he's from, does he live in, I don't even know. I don't know him that well. But he is like, he has been nonstop ever since the acquittal, just like a dog with a bone about the Collins shit and other shit. And it's just like, I'm not alone in this world. Okay. It's just a reminder that like, I am not alone in this world for thinking that Colin Albert was involved in this. Okay. And I'm so sick of being told that we're not allowed to have that opinion. You're absolutely allowed to have suspicions about Colin Albert, because as John says here, Dixie Normus, he goes, show me proof that Colin left when he said he did. Yeah, show me proof. Because Colin Albert's lawyer is telling me I've defamed him. That he wasn't there when John was there. That I've lied about that. Okay. Can you show me some evidence of that? I've said this from the beginning. If I got this wrong, let me know. But they can't. It's so easy. And as John points out here, show me proof that Colin left when he said he did. Yeah, Life 360 data. You got any of that? It shouldn't be that hard. It really shouldn't be that hard. Tell me how he got home 20 minutes after Chris. That's not my word. That's not his word. That's Chris Albert's sworn testimony at Karen Reed's first trial. Is that Colin got home 20 minutes after he did. And by Chris's own admission, he could not have gotten home before 12:21 a.m. Couldn't have done it because he was at the waterfall until 12:14. So there's no way he could have made it home by then, walking home. Couldn't do it. And a fake screenshot that is easy to alter, that is easy to delete messages on, before text bubbles, before you take a screenshot of it, that doesn't verify anything. I want a real verification. You show me that, I'm sold. And honestly, the fact that the best you guys could come up with was that screenshot makes you look even shadier. And that is not exactly making any of us think, that just makes people think you did it, that he did it even more, or that he was involved even more. That's what people think. Normal people think when they see that. And I'm just so sick of me and Karen Reed, right? We're the ones being sued over this shit, right? We're the ones that are like being told that we've done something wrong. We're the ones that have to fucking pay for lawyers for this shit, right? And when we win, we don't get that money back, do we? Do we? And I'm just sick of it. Everybody thinks this. Everybody knows. Everybody knows these people are being shady, that none of this shit's normal. And he goes on to say, also, here's another one. Yeah, okay. Her Life 3, yeah. Where did Allie go all night? Her Life 360 says differently than her testimony. Exactly. Exactly. And this shit
still hasn't received. And lastly, what would you say to those who feel like Jon O'Keefe still hasn't received justice?
Well, all of these people here think Jon O'Keefe hasn't received justice because the people who murdered Jon O'Keefe are out there. They're the McCabe's and the Alberts, and Jon O'Keefe went into their home and never came out of it alive, and they threw him on the lawn like trash. So I would hope that all of us can unite at this point, now that Karen Reed has been exonerated, that all of us can unite and demand that the Alberts and the McCabe's and Brian Higgins be held accountable for what they did to Jon O'Keefe.
And lastly, what would you say to
Hey,
those who
cool and composed right there. Look at it, professional Turtleboy.
All of these people here think Jon O'Keefe hasn't received justice because the people who murdered Jon O'Keefe are out there. They're the McCabe's and the Alberts, and Jon O'Keefe went into their home and never came out of it alive.
So there we go. He went into the home. How do you know we went to the home? Because his phone shows him going up and down 3 flights of stairs. That's how I know he went to the home. Karen's car doesn't have 3 flights of stairs. Yeah, but Nicholas Carino said that the phone, it can happen when you drive down Cedar Crest. Okay, I'll give you $1 million right now, Christopher Maddie. I will give you $1 million right now. Go recreate it. Do it. Do it right now. Get in a car with your iPhone and drive the midnight ride of Karen Reed. Go down Oakdale to Cedar Crest, do a U-E, turn right onto Fairview, and do that. And show me if your iPhone shows that you go up and down 3 flights of stairs. Do it. Do it. It should be really easy, right? Because that's why the phone went up and down 3 flights of stairs, right? Do it. How do I know Jon O'Keefe was in the house? That's the strongest evidence, is the phone went up and down 3 flights of stairs. How else do I know he went in the house? He's got dog bites on his arms. How else do I know in his house? Ryan Nagel, Ricky D'Antano, and Heather Maxson all testified that Karen Reed was alone in her vehicle. Okay? The mental gymnastics that they have to go through to tell you how Jon could have been in that vehicle when 3 people said that he wasn't. I mean, it's just fucking insane madness. Like, we're not the crazy ones. You're the crazy one. Like, that's nutso for you to be saying that shit. I'm so sick of this. Hold on. Whatever. All right. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like, so yeah, I mean, I thought I was being all mature and proper. I was being appropriate. They sued me for this.
And they threw him on the lawn like trash. So I would hope that all of us can unite at this point, now that Karen Reed has been exonerated.
Bingo.
That all of us can unite and demand that the Alberts and the McCabe's and Brian Higgins be held accountable for what they did to Jon O'Keefe.
Government petitioning. Be held accountable by who? The government, of course. That the government should hold them accountable. That the government. Look at this guy. This guy thinks he's so cool. Felt. You like that one? You like that one, Malcolm? There you go. That was a great day. Can you believe this is almost a year ago? Coming up on the 1-year anniversary this Thursday, right? And, oh, yeah, by the way, it's my daughter's graduating from 5th grade on that day. And I just want to tell you this quick little anecdote. So I was at Quinn's the other night, right? Watching some soccer, some America soccer. And I come back from the bathroom, and a lady at the bar with her husband is sitting there at the corner. And she's like, "Hey, just wanted to let you know that your kids are amazing." That's what she says to me. I'm like, "Oh, great. Who are you?" And she's like, "I'm Mrs." And she said her last name. And I'm like, "Oh, the kindergarten teacher." She wasn't my kid's kindergarten teacher, either of them, but she had my couple of my friends, their kids had her or whatever. And it's a small school. There's like 4 kindergarten teachers or whatever. And she's like, "Yeah, your son used to come in my room. He read all the books in his kindergarten room. And so we would come in my room and just look for more books." And she's like, "I just wanted to tell you that like, I follow all this stuff. I follow you. I follow all this stuff on Twitter that people say about you." She's like, "And nothing bothers me more than when people talk about your parenting," right? Like, because I see your kids every day, right? And it's just like they are the nicest kids. And She's like, that just bothers me a lot, because when people talk about your kids, because like your kids are well-adjusted, happy, and incredibly intelligent and like nice, and everybody likes them. So that would make me feel really good. That talk about making your night. That's like really nice. So I forgot how I went off on that tangent, but yeah, it's like about being appropriate. It's like, so I'm up here trying to be appropriate. I didn't call anyone any bad words in there. I'm just like, yeah, we need to like do something about this because we all agree, right? And yeah, that's the other thing about the normal dad shit. Jen McCabe gets to call herself a normal mom, and Dave Ehrenberg goes on Brother Counsel's thing, and he's like, she couldn't have done it. She's a soccer mom, blah, blah. Bro, I was at soccer games all weekend. Am I not a normal soccer dad? Am I not? Was I not watching soccer all weekend with the kids too? Was I not doing that? Yet I'm capable of witness intimidation. What are you talking about that? What are you talking about? So there's that. So anyway, that one never gets old. Yeah, I love this own too. Like they love, I shared the pics of, Brian Tully going through my house and everything that they saw. And like, everyone behold the studio of an award-winning journalist. And Rakeda claps back and goes, yeah, it's amazing how information and credibility trump $1 million set every single time. People want authenticity, not ostentation. The real question is, if this studio is all it takes, why are you a failure? Exactly. Thank you, Rakeda. Thank you so much. And, it's just like, it's a reminder. And then Krusty Panties was like tweeting something stupid about it, where to go. What else is new? This. Or no, was this? She tweeted something about like, oh, I remember when he was just in the basement. I guess let's just click on her. Actually, I didn't link it. So I remember he was just in the basement with the banner and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you understand, like, this is you guys pointing out that my studio was like bootleg is like endearing. You know that, right? That it shows that, wow. It just highlights the ridiculousness of the Norfolk County DA's office being threatened by that guy, by a guy whose basement looks like that. That's what Brian Tully is threatened by. It's like, okay. So there's that. Anyway. All right, cool. Next up, let me read my next turtle chatter. Ariel sends $50 and goes, hi, Aidan. I always thought Proctor believed Karen was guilty, not because the evidence led him there, but because he just decided he was going to believe the McAlberts. It makes me wonder whether there was ever a discussion about the taillight after it came out. The pieces were found in the snow. Obviously, the people in the house know the taillight was planted since John wasn't hit by a car. Agreed. And Proctor knows it was planted because he did it. Do you think he and the McAlberts ever discussed how the taillight pieces ended up on the lawn? It's a good question. Or it's just remained an unspoken thing. I think that's more likely your answer. After losing everything, being exposed and becoming one of the most hated men in the East Coast, do you think he would ever tell the truth in an attempt to redeem himself? No, because then he admits to a crime. He can't do that. At this point, he really has nothing left to lose. He has his freedom to lose. That's a big thing. So yeah, I initially believed that, Proctor knew all along that Kearney didn't do this and he was just covering for the McAlberts. But after watching the first trial, my opinion kind of changed. And I'm like, I truly believe that some people know everything. But the more I watch that, and I'm like, I see these people dig in, and I'm like, I think that they believe the McAlberts. I believe they believe the McAlberts. Now, it's still their job to investigate it properly, but they just believe she did it. And from that point on, who cares if you plant taillight, right? Because do you think he has any ethical qualms with planting taillight, if she's guilty of murder, who cares, right? That's the way they view it. Is like, who cares? Well, she's fucking guilty. Who cares, right? And I think that even the antis that think that Karen Reed did it, I don't think they would care if Proctor planted taillight, because if you really truly believe she did it, who cares if you planted taillight, right? Either she did it or she didn't do it. If she did it, don't you want her to be convicted? I mean, I think they just did it to make sure, to increase the likelihood that she would be convicted, because he thinks that she did. I mean, that's what I think. But then after a while, you know, I mean, that in and of itself is a crime, right? But at the same time, as time goes on and the more spotlight that was put on this, I think Proctor knows that Karen Reed didn't do it. I think now he does. I think they all do. They all, like, who believes that Karen Reed did it? I'll tell you some people who believe Karen Reed did it. The Sullivan sluts think Karen Reed did it because they're retarded. And they're the reason women couldn't vote until 1920, because they're stupid, right? And they're unable to like think rationally or do anything like that. So I think they think Karen Reed did it. I think Peggy O'Keefe thinks Karen Reed did it. I think Paul O'Keefe has doubts. I think Carl Dougal has doubts, right? Because I've spoken to both of them, and that's the vibe that I got from both of them. I think, I mean, give me some witnesses, and I'll tell you what I think. If I think they think that she did it or not. Give me some like anti Karen Reed witnesses, like witnesses for the government, and I'll tell you if I think they think she did it. I'm not talking about plebans or people like that. I'm talking about witnesses, people actually involved in the situation, people that testified at the trial. Carrie. I think Carrie thinks she did it. I think Carrie thinks she did it because she's just like the Sullivan sluts. I think Carrie thinks she did it. John Jackson. I think John Jackson thinks she did it because he's retarded. I mean, the stupid people believe she did it. I think Brian Tully thinks she didn't do it because I don't think Brian Tully's stupid. And I don't think everybody's like Carrie. I mean, that's a good one. I think Carrie thinks that she did it. Garino. I think Garino thinks she didn't do it. I don't think John's dad thinks much. I think John's dad could go either way, to be honest with you. John's friends. You know, I think they initially had some doubts, like when this first started coming out. And I think deep down inside, they do have some doubts. I definitely do. I think Brennan Kane has some doubts deep down inside of him. I don't think he would ever let it show, whatever. And I think Hank has convinced himself that she did it, but I think deep down inside, he knows. Deaver knows she didn't do it. Deaver knows better, bro. I think O'Hara believes that she didn't do it. 1,000%. O'Hara has never testified anything that besides just factual shit about, he never lied. He didn't lie about anything on the stand. Nothing O'Hara said was a lie. Flamati. I do think Flamati and Nuttall think she did it. I think they do. I think the other one, Katie McLaughlin, thinks she didn't do it. That's what I think. I think she knows. Oh, Nagel's in the house, so Nagel knows she didn't do it. Sarah Levinson knows she didn't do it. If they're in the house, then they know Karen Reed didn't do it, right? Krusty knows she didn't do it. Krusty 1,000% knows she didn't do it. We know this because if I said otherwise, you know what I mean? Trooper Paul. I think Trooper Paul knows that she didn't do it. Does he seem like a confident person on the stand? No, of course not. Ian Whiffen. I think Ian Whiffen, I don't know what he knows about Karen Reed that much. I think he more is just a stubborn asshole he's more like a Jen McCabe lawyer. Jen McCabe didn't do it. Like, that's his thing, you know? But even he is not that confident in it. Laura McLaughlin knows she didn't do it. Adam Lally knows she didn't do it. They all know. I'm telling you. There's only a few. When I'm looking at this list, Lank. I think they know, bro. I think Lank, Good, Gallagher, I think they all know. And they're just like in preservation mode about like, well, don't say I did a bad job. Like, because they're like, well, I didn't have probable cause to go in the house. Like, they're all just covering their own ass. They don't want to get sued, all of them. Anyway, that's what I think about all that. Okay. I think DiPietro thinks she did it 1000% because he's like retarded again. Like, I think Judd Welcher even thinks she didn't do it. That's just what I think. All right. All right. Next up. Jennifer Stockdale sends $50, goes, listen, I've been calling you Turtleboy for well over a decade, as have many others. Please add to the list of approved names. Oh, TB. Yes, that's true. Holly sends $5, goes, will you be looking into the corruption in Brockton regarding the mayor sexually assaulting a young girl and the cover up? Don't know much about it. But sounds pretty bad. Thank you. Lori sends $25 and goes, what I can do. You can do whatever you want, Lori. Megan sends $10, goes, here to support you, Aidan. I've been watching for 3 years now. I don't give a fuck about the drama. First Amendment. Love you, dude. Well, thank you so much, Megan. What else we got here? The other Mary B sends $5, goes, they make online sign-up sheets that you could post one, and we will pick a time frame of your content to go through to help you. Mo Esquire knows how to do it. They make online sign-up sheets that you could post, and we all pick a time frame of your. That's what I was thinking, but we got to start because I don't have time to watch. I mean, I'm talking every show. We need to go back and watch every show from April 18th, 2023 till I don't know what date, and just I guess anything up till October 11th, really 2023, and just analyze. Look for what give me timestamps of intent. When did I make it clear what my intent was? By the way, Mike Camerano definitely thinks she didn't do it. That guy wanted to cry. And so did his wife, Katie. They definitely think she didn't do it. They were conflicted as fuck. Same goes with obviously the Kolakithis, obviously. But so we need to like set that up because I don't have time. But then we got to sign NDAs because I've had too many people work on my shit that have gone on to be crazy and like talked about what's happened. And we just can't keep having that happen, So I got to talk to my lawyers, but stay tuned. Herder of Cats sends $10 and goes, for the grift. Thank you, Herder of Cats. Chris sends $50 and goes, great show, Doc. Free the Turtleboy was right. Thank you so much, Chris. Really appreciate that. Mary Noonan sends $5, goes, Turtleboy, how can I, as a listener, help you with your court prep? Anyway, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Laura sends $50 and goes, you're going to be written in history as the man who exposed corruption at a level most can't comprehend and never back down no matter what they threw at you. Eyes on the prize, Turtle Riders. It's not over yet. Well, thank you so much for that. And, that's the way I always thought this was going to end. And it's going to, I thought that like I would, after the acquittal, it's like, it's like, well, obviously this guy was in the right. She was acquitted, right? Everything he said was justified. And then we had it was a good summer and we had the whole recording gate thing happened. And then 5150 happened and it was all kind of tied together. And this went on for months. And this just killed the vibe and separated and divided people. But you know what? I think we can thank the McAlberts and this stupid lawsuit for bringing us back, right? For bringing us back. You haven't heard a bad word about Karen Reed out of my mouth in a long time, have you? And I've been critical of Karen Reed before because I don't got time for that shit anymore. We're fucking back on the same team. We're back. Like the McAlberts brought us all the way back together. They reminded us of what's really important, right? Of who the real bad guys are. Like it was like, thank you, McAlberts, for doing this because you have literally brought us all back together. And we are talking about this case in ways that we were not before. We're talking about Colin Albert again. We're talking about Brian Higgins. We're talking about Jen McCabe. We're talking about Brian Albert. We're talking about all this shit. And we're going through shit. And Michael Proctor has gone downhill ever since then, more and more and more. And we're talking about, like, dude, it's just like you guys have brought us back together, and you won't hear a negative word about Karen Reed out of my mouth. No fucking way. I've said, you know what I mean? It's like, who cares? Who cares? Back to business. Back to business. You know? And we have an army of people behind us who are stepping up. Man, that fundraiser that we had, that was like, you know, the money was great. But more importantly, it was like it was 12 hours of awesome content, awesome, positivity, etc. And, it's great. It was great. And so I love that day. So thank you very much. All right, next. And yeah, because that's the thing. It's like, there's no way I go down as the bad guy in all this. There's no way I'm going to be convicted. I can't wait for my trial. I can't wait to put this, and we're going to go over that tonight. If you didn't see the Bus Stop Live on Friday, it's a members only. Become a member. It was my favorite Bus Stop Live ever. We watched my entire September 22nd, 2023 standout outside of D&E Pizza. I was there for 98 minutes. I went there to confront Jim Ferris, and I literally say what my intent was right at the beginning. I go, we are here to confront Jim Ferris because he is rude. And he was yelling at the 2020 producers and Elizabeth Little and Karen Reed and tell them to go back where they came from. And he literally told me to come down here and say it to his face. So here I am. That is what I'm here to do. I say it out loud, and and we're going to go over another one tonight. So go and watch that. Go and watch that stream. And I watch it, and I'm like, I can't wait till they show this whole thing in court. I literally talk about, like, it gives the jurors an education in the Karen Reed case, because that's all I do is I just talk about the case, and I talk about everything these people did. And you see I'm having fun, and you see I'm being positive, and most importantly, you see the people around me who are just honking their horns, cheering me on. Go Turtleboy, love you, keep up the great work. Justice for Jon O'Keefe. That's what everyone was saying. More than free Karen Reed, they were saying justice for Jon O'Keefe, because that's what this is about. And that's what I keep saying in the thing is like, I'm doing this for John. We're doing this. We're getting justice for Jon O'Keefe. We want answers. It's just like, wow, I don't even remember saying all this shit. But it's like the antis never play this shit, and they never show the positivity. And they're like, anybody watching this is just like, that guy is the bad guy that all these people are coming up asking to take pictures with them. Like, where is the negativity towards him? How come nobody hates him? If he's this evil witness intimidator, the cops come. Zeph comes during that and just is like, yeah, everything's fine, and leaves. It's like, bro, if it was witness intimidation, why is this allowed to go on by the police, All right, Laura sends $50, goes, twat really is an underused word. I belly laughed when you said it. The stance you've taken on the drama bullshit is long overdue. I'm proud of you, and even prouder to support you. Turtleboy was right. I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it dominating my timeline. I'm sick of, like, whatever. Like, I can't control the internet and what people say and do, whatever, but I feel like I can express my disapproval of it. I can express it, like, I'm over it. Like, everybody's gotten it out of the system. The Baker had his valid truth journey, right? He said what he needed to say. It was interesting. I appreciate him being frank and honest and about his experiences, and I see everything in a totally different light as a result of that. And that's it. That's it. And there's really nothing. We don't need to get into a back and forth here. Like, I don't need, like, I'm seeing people post like, oh, Justice is a racist, and like clips like this. I'm like, what are we doing? We're like, she's a racist now. We're going to go down that road. We're going to smear her as that. People are talking about her weight. I'm like, we're doing that now. What are we doing? What are we doing? This is like some anti shit. This is some anti shit. Like you can criticize the things she says, you know, I don't think we need to do that. It's just like, I don't roll with racists. I don't think she's racist at all. I think she's conservative because I think it's a conservative liberal thing. Right. And I think that like, as a conservative, they're always telling me you're a racist, bro. You want like call them illegal immigrants instead of, undocumented migrants. Okay. So I guess I'm a fucking racist then. Like, what do you want me to say? You know, I think that, we shouldn't just have a free for all anyway. Just come in this country whenever they're like, I don't think it's a good thing. Sorry. Guess I'm racist. I don't know what you want me to say. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Next, Patricia sends $5, goes, just to say thanks for your epic rant to start the show. Well, thank you, Patricia. Carolyn sends $10, goes, just a regular soccer daddy. Happy to support you, my friend. XX, thank you. Peter sends $10 and goes, I think in the first trial, AJ raised how on the night Colin could have run from the house through the scrub and collected by someone at a school nearby. However, I can't remember every detail. Yeah, I'd have to go and watch it again. Thanks. D's Nuts sends $5, goes, please tell us you're putting diatomaceous earth in the filter after backwashing. I don't even know what that is. The white powder. If you're not, it won't filter and just clog up. Just trying to help. In a pool filter, diatomaceous earth. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, but they've not told me to do that. So I haven't done that, but thank you for the advice. Appreciate that. Okay. Do we have any cash apps here? Yeah, we got Callie sends $10 and goes, just imagine how mad Proctor is at the McAlberts. What they got to do with it, though? I don't know. I don't see why he would be. Lindsay sends $8 and goes, YouTubers arrested for covering Guthrie. Thoughts? I don't know the details, but I guess I really shouldn't have an opinion on it. But again, in general, I'm against arresting YouTubers. M sends $5, goes, Jen D sent Jimmy a nasty mail recently too. Who's Jen D? Sent Jimmy a nasty mail? Like in the mail? Oh, that chick? Oh. So she's a troublemaker. Okay. Amy sends $20 and goes, from RBB, hashtag Team Jess. I mean, what are you doing? What are we doing? From what's RBB? Hashtag Team Jess. I don't know what that means. But to me, shit like that is just Amy. Thank you for the $20, but you're just contributing to the problem. Carly sends $10, goes, Proctor makes Clayton Bigsby sound tame. Yeah, not good. Not good. Let me see if we have any some membership shit here. Chat Rat and Glare Raid. Nice to see you fine people. Hey, Drama Free Daddy says Serenity. Thank you. Cupcakes for Justice. Toss around 5 memberships. Thank you. Jean Marie says you're 1 in a million. Turtleboy was right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Turtleboy was right again. Remember 7 months. Cap T says forced to be petty says here's your super chat. Turtleboy was right. Much love to our First Amendment daddy. Well, thank you very much. Forced to be petty. Ann says Turtleboy was right. Member for 1 month. Thank you, Ann. Cupcakes for Justice says free Turtleboy. We got your back. Awesome. D. Irene says stop it. Turtleboy is right. Thank you. Jerry Joe says fucking right. Time to free Turtleboy. Get ready to fuck. Turtleboy was right. Amen. Diane says Hank told me there's evidence that we didn't see that would absolutely convince us she did it. Oh, sure there is. Sure there is, Spanky. Curl Girl is a new member. Welcome aboard. And Felicia throwing around 5 memberships. I know we don't have Jay Walsh to throw on memberships anymore. And I guess I could have kept the grift going. I could have been like, thank you, Jay Walsh. You're swell. I totally approve of everything you do. Keep giving me money, but I just don't. I don't. And I don't think it's good. And she can keep, if she doesn't want to buy memberships anymore because of that, if her support for me was entirely contingent upon me pretending like her behavior was acceptable, then she can keep her money. So there's that. Okay. All right. I can't believe you put Turtleboy's written a lawsuit either. It was just absolutely insane. The amended complaint, which we still haven't talked about in here. Melanie did, because she talks about my case. And I hope others do as well. Okay. Let's see here. So I want to get started tonight. I want to start with this. I said Reliving the Hits, I think is the name of this episode. The classics. All right, I'll pull it up. All right, so I went to Chris Albert's Pizza Shop 3 times. I went in June. That's when he told me to get out. You're not welcome here, and he called the cops on me. And they said I didn't do anything wrong. And then I went back on August 30th, and then I went back on September 22nd. On a Friday, I showed September 22nd. Tonight, we're going to show we're going to review the August 30th one, because we need to talk about this. And we also got to talk about, actually, before we do that, we should talk real quick about the racist Proctor shit. But everyone's already kind of beat it. It's like beating a dead horse on this one. Melanie's really your go-to with this shit. So I'm not sure what else I could say that these goobers haven't already, but let's see here. So this is from Rosemary Scapiccio's motion to dismiss for her client, Myles King, who is most definitely guilty of murder. I mean, I would bet my life that this guy killed Marquise Simmons. Is that his last name? I don't know the case that well. All I know is based on the evidence, the dead guy said his name. It was like his dying words. He named him. They got video evidence. They got everything on this guy. Like, he did it. And he got a second chance by getting his bail reduced because Adam Lally played fuck games with the discovery in that and just didn't get to him. So Judge Doolin reduced his bail by like 90%, and he ended up getting out after being in jail for like almost 4 years. And what does he do with his newfound freedom? And quite frankly, the gift that he got of being one of Michael Proctor's, like, if you're a black guy who was investigated by Michael Proctor and you did it, you just hit the jackpot. What a gift. And you owe Karen Reed a thank you card, because the only reason anyone's paying attention to your case is because Karen Reed helped expose Michael Proctor with the assistance of Turtleboy. But, you know, she really is the one that figured out through the Facebook connections, all the things that these people, all the connection that these families had, etc., and really put a spotlight on this all. And is really the reason. It's undoubtedly, I had nothing to do with the FBI. The FBI is there because Karen Reed's team went to the FBI and told them about it. And the FBI, first of all, she's the first murder defendant who I've ever heard, you know, who probably was going to get away with, like, had a good chance of getting off. But she's like, you know what? I'm just going to get the FBI involved. I want them to look into this too. First guilty person I've ever heard do that. But to me, it makes it sound more not guilty, but what do I know? So she got the feds involved, and they desperately want to prove that act is corruption in and of itself, but it's just not. It's just not what the federal government does. Why would they do that for Karen Reed? What connections does she have, etc.? So anyway, so she definitely got the feds involved in this whole thing. And without the feds getting involved, then you don't get Michael Proctor's phone and you don't get all those messages. And then those messages lead to motions for more messages. I knew Proctor was a scumbag because he didn't disclose the fact that he was very close with the Albert family prior to becoming lead detective in this case. That's all I needed to know. But as it turns out, he's actually much worse. He's actually a horrible human being. And you saw that in his messages with Karen Reed. But those were the antis forgave him for those because, he just got a little carried away. Because, Karen Reed's guilty, and who cares if he said that about Karen Reed? Well, now he's saying things about people who aren't Karen Reed. And as a result, a lot of people like Myles King are getting a second look at their cases, even though the facts show they did it. All right. And like I said, it's a bad day to be a white guy investigated by a white non-Jewish guy, a Gentile, if you will, being investigated by Michael Proctor, because I'm like the one group he didn't go after. But it's a good day to be black or Jewish and investigated by Michael Proctor because he hates you. And you got a good case to say, well, this guy's pretty biased. And these are some of the words that were found. Yeah, on November 20th, the Commonwealth disclosed the second batch of Proctor's personal phone material to King. So they've had this since October 30th and then November 20th. And you know who the first people to ask for these were? Mark Betterow. There's a Mass Live article, October 30th, in which he asks for these messages. So we want them. And on November 20th, this disclosure contains some of the most heinous, racist, and disturbing conversation the council has seen in over 30 years of practice as a criminal defense attorney. On November 20th, the Commonwealth disclosed the second batch of Proctor's personal phone material to King. The disclosure contained both disturbing text messages and racist photographs that no person, never mind a sworn officer of the law, should generate, share, and celebrate. The disclosed text and photographs, examples. So we'll have to heavily watch what we say here, censor ourselves, of course. This double standard, reverse racism that N-words get away with, absolutely infuriates me. In the texts, he used the full word. We've chosen to modify it for this following. Okay. Detroit should be destroyed along with Flint. They are breeding grounds for N-words to run wild. 9 whitey people and 3 N-words on the jury. So that's about his own case, it sounds like. I was planning on tying a N-word up and dragging him from my bumper through the streets of Randolph. That's nice. You see an N-word, just kill it. Let's get some horses and white sheets and burn a cross in the arboretum. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I hope she gets graped. I hope she gets graped in the grass by a gang of 300-pound triggers. Hey, Trigger, go fetch Sir Bear his wings and pizza. We saw that one already. I just pulled some Trignog pulled over who is unlicensed and debating arresting or giving him a summons. Like he texted that while in the middle of pulling someone over. So this is institutional power he's got. I will never see a movie anywhere else. No triggers, obnoxious kids, and ample room to spread out and float some AI biscuits. Haha, Michael, we could use them triggers as dartboards. It should be punch a trigger day in Canton out of retribution. Any shine you see, blast it in the face. Triggers smell regardless. The first phone call that kid will make when a fellow trigger broke into his house is the cops. Pendy, I haven't shot anyone, but I did pull a trigger over today for tossing a cigarette out the window. I never got a chance to shoot anyone, but I did pull a black guy over. Eat a trick, Ghana. Let's enslave those triggers. My car needs a cleaning. Oh. Okay, great. Now the triggers have a straight pipeline to Canton. Nice. 2 park rangers stabbed at Boston Common. Has to be the work of a trigger. Has to be. No other race could do that. Which is bullshit. These trigger animals resort to that. Animals. Nice word. I'd rather a coon. I'd just shoot a trigger or scare him off by telling him he has to work. And notice they put a date there, 10/1/2018. They do that to let you know he was a cop when he said this. This was not, Chip, 2012 Chip before he was a cop, before he was reformed. Nope. You were a cop. You were a detective. Kenner, these triggers are holding signs for you at the All-Star game. Okay. And then these were in the WhatsApp group. He received these texts from Kevin Foley, who, as it turns out, is a former Canton cop. I believe he was arrested for a hooker sting. And I believe he's now a football coach at Bridgewater State, where he would have coached the Albert children. All of them, because they have to go to McAlbert U, which is Bridgewater State. I assume this is him. Kind of a popular name. All right, read some other quotes here. Ape-onomics, a financial system run by triggers by which a prosperous nation is converted into a cesspool of poverty and misery. I wouldn't police the black neighborhoods. Honestly, let them do it themselves. Okay. Let them kill each other, Foley stated. My question, what country treats blacks as well as America? What country offers them a better quality of life? Even 3-year-old trigs are terrible humans. Oh, that's nice. Shoot a spook, says Larry Kennedy. This is why I hate spooks. And we should, can I say that? I don't even know. We should send them all to an island to kill each other. That's nice. I hate triggers, says Kevin Foley. How do you really feel? Bear, Proctor, go get the trigger and string him up. What kind of a-hole stabbed 2 park rangers? They just want to protect the trees. Go string them up. Rocket trigger, a trigger attached to a rocket who flies around stealing stuff like cars, basketball, fried chickens, and people's legs. Triggers will riot no matter what the outcome is. To which Proctor responded, whatever the course of action is, these triggers will riot. Okay. How about this one? Fight, a trigger and a white. White don't win. We all jump in. I've heard that one before. Okay. And then he's got this. He had this photograph in his phone, of course. If it's brown, flush it down. And there's a kid in the toilet. Black kid, of course. This shirt is allowed to say trigger because it's black. Okay. Why don't black people get sunburnt? Because prisons are indoors. I mean, memes are, there's comedy. It's like, okay, some of the shit bothers me more than the rest. The memes, the one with the kid in the cage is weird, but some people just have a dark sense of humor. I don't think they should be cops. But to me, the more offensive shit is the shit where he's talking about like actually pulling black people over. He's like live texting it, saying the N-word. Be like, yo, what should I do with these people? Should I string them up? Should I do this? Like, that's the shit that it's like, there are different levels of fucked upness here in some of these things. Some of them are just really, really edgy comedy that goes too far. Because comedy is an art. You have to be edgy as a comedian. Like you have to be able to say really fucked up shit sometimes. You have and we have to give people leeway to do that. Like Shane Gillis or like any roast, like even like Charlie Kirk jokes. Sorry. As a conservative, you still got like I believe that, you know, Proctor's not a comedian, but comedians aren't the only people that have the right to make jokes. Now, I'm not defending him at all, but like there's a line. There's a line. And most of these ain't jokes. And that's why some of these are more offensive than the others. They are. And you know, but the bottom line here is that, like, how did these people all find each other? That's my question. How'd they all find each other? Because I don't have any friends, and I'm not just virtue signaling and acting like I'm so much better. I'm being honest with you. I don't have any friends, family, anything like that where I would feel comfortable talking like this to them if I wanted to, which I don't. But if I wanted to, if I like started saying, I can't think of a single friend that I could be like, yo, say any of these things to. And them being like, oh, that shit's funny. Oh, real? Oh, cool. You're down with that too? I got some funny shit to say too. I don't know. I don't have anyone like that. Like every person I know, if I said these things to them, they would be like, what? Trigger what? Like what? Like, are you serious right now? Like, okay. I was at the airport one time, probably like honestly 20 years ago. I remember I was coming back from Vegas and I was on a layover somewhere, and I'm like I'm at the bar at one of those bars at the airport, just waiting for my flight. And some guy from Georgia sits down next to me and starts talking to me. Oh, where you from? All that stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm from Atlanta. So I'm like, okay, cool. He goes, yeah. He said, I'll never forget it. He looks at me. He's like, triggers run wild in Atlanta. Except he didn't say triggers. He said the N-word. He goes, triggers be running wild in Atlanta. He just said it to me like that. Now, I didn't correct him and be like, excuse me, sir. That's inappropriate. That's racist. You can't say that because that's awkward to like correct someone and be like, you're shame on you, sir. But it was just uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Like it just killed the mood. It killed the vibe. I tried not to make it too awkward because it's a uncomfortable position that I didn't ask to be put in. I didn't ask for this dude to say this to me, you know, but like, I guess my question is, how do people like Proctor and Foley find each other? How do people like Proctor and Good find each other? And how do they all establish that, like, you guys are cool with this, right? Like, we're cool to say shit like that. Like, we're cool. Like, how do they find each other? That's my number one question is, how do they find each other? Because I don't know anyone that I could talk to like this if I wanted to. And I've had other white people attempt to talk to me like this. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say. Because I'm not going to sit here and be like, I lectured them about that's racist. You shouldn't say that. Like, that would be fake if I got up here and I was like, I told that person, how dare you, sir? Racism is not cool. You should watch what you're saying. How dare you say that word around me? Like, I'm not going to get up here and virtue signal like that. But I will say that I didn't give him the reaction he wanted, which was me to be like, oh, bro, tell me about it. Oh, bro, you don't like black people either? Oh, let me tell you. You know, I was just like, oh, like I was trying not to make things awkward and uncomfortable, but at the same time, it was awkward and uncomfortable, and I didn't know how to handle it. And just like, I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was something like, you know, like, oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So anyway, how about them Celtics? You know, like, oh, let's talk about the football or something. I don't know what the fuck I said, but It's just the fact that they found each other and they're all cool with that. It's just weird. It's weird to me. Anyway, so yeah, was there more to this? Let's see. Yeah, and then he talks about he interviewed many witnesses in the case, including all these witnesses. Proctor received a picture from Foley in his WhatsApp that said, going from Cam Newton to Mac Jones is like driving through Mattapan Square and entering Milton, to which Proctor responded, that's great and accurate. Okay, Cam Newton. Is that racist? Cam Newton to Milton. I mean, I guess it depends on if you're talking about his performance on the field. What month was that in? Oh, September 2021. Well, Mac Jones had never played it down yet for the Patriots, so you can't even say that. If you said that at the end of the season, if you said that at the end of the season, then I think it wouldn't be racist, because by that point, Mac Jones had like a really good rookie season and he was objectively better than him. And I think most people, if they drove through Milton, would be like, it's nicer here than it is in Mattapan. It just is. And it's nothing about black people. It's just the people have nice lawns here. The houses are bigger, less crowded. It's just better. Right. But definitely some racial undertones to that one. Trying to be fair here. Proctor testified at the grand jury in King's case in 2021 regarding the investigation, the timeline, interviews, and the conduct, and the evidence he reviewed. Yeah, so there you go. So anyway, so that all came out. So that's not good. And, you know, I don't know if it's going to help King get off. I think his latest federal arrest isn't going to help him. But god damn, the shit that Michael Proctor is going to get is my worry is this, is that like all these people start getting out of jail and getting away with shit. And people like Greg Connor and Michael Morris here are just like, racism's bad. Shame on Michael Proctor. We had no idea he was like this, and that they get away with it. That would be a shame. That's what I'm really worried is going to happen. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. But meanwhile, I'm the bad guy. So let's check out what makes me like such a bad person. And I'm a guy that Michael Proctor thought was horrible. And I needed to be like shut down. So I watched this whole thing today and I'm just like, oh my God, dude. Hold on.
Up, everyone. Operation is locked. Rotate device back. Oh, it's making me do it this way. It's making me stream this way. Okay. All right, no worries. What's up, everyone? We are in Canton. We're going to be doing some protesting. We're going to D&E Pizza right now. We're going to demand the resignation of Chris Albert from the Board of Selectmen. So we need to protest.
So there you go. So what this was used against me. Clips from this were used against me at my indictment. And what is my intent? I say, what am my intent? What am I doing there? What am I doing?
Canton, we're going to be doing some protesting. We're going to D&E Pizza right now. And we're going to demand the resignation of Chris Albert from the Board of Selectmen. So we need to protest.
Oh, so I am there to demand. I'm not there to intimidate witnesses. I'm there to demand the resignation of Chris Albert from the Board of Selectmen. So I'm petitioning the government again, too. So I'm not there to intimidate. Nope. I'm not there to defame. I'm there to protest an elected official and demand that he resign from the government, because I think this guy is a bad elected official. So I'm there to protest him.
So what's up, everyone? Is it even open? Oh, it's open. Yeah. Let's cross. There we go. There we go. All right. How's everyone doing today? Look where we are. CF McCarthy's. Going to D&E Pizza. Okay. All right. So I don't think Chris is in there. So we are outside D&E Pizza, owned by Chris Albert, Chicken Pop Charlie. We're here doing protesting. We are demanding the resignation of Chris Albert from the Board of Selectmen. We got our signs and everything here. Down with Chris Albert. Resign, Chris Albert. Resign from the Board of Selectmen. Disgraceful. Loser.
Whoa.
Loser. So we're going to raise awareness here. It might even be the first day of school. I see school buses going by. A lot of traffic here. Okay.
Nice sign.
Again, I don't want to go inside because he doesn't like when I do that.
No.
So we're just here to peacefully protest. Is Chris here?
Fuck you, pussy.
What
Fuck you.
do you mean fuck me?
Fuck you.
Why are you
Fuck you, Turtleboy. You're a bully. You guys are bullies with cameras.
How are we
bully
bullies?
with a fucking camera? You're a liar.
Who are you? He's so angry. Why?
Fuck mother every night.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, fuck you.
That's so rude. That's so rude. What? Oh, I didn't ask for it. It's okay. I know, but we're just here. I know. Is Chris here? Where's Chris? What? Where is he? Tell him to come down here. I want to talk to him. So anyway,
I just want to talk to him. Where did that come? That was so rude. You guys ever see that? So I'm like standing there. I'm there for 5 seconds. I'm literally doing a political protest. I'm holding a sign saying Chris Albert resign, Board of Selectmen, and Roast Beef Ronnie comes out, fucking with his COVID shirt on. And he's just like, "You're bullies with cameras. Fuck you, Turtleboy. Fuck you. Fuck your mother." Like, whoa. Easy, Roast Beef Ronnie. Easy, pal. You guys are bullies with cameras. Because again, rule of completeness. If you're going to take clips of this and you try to use it against me to send me to jail, we're playing the whole thing. That's Chris Albert's employee. Tell me, fuck my mother. You're bullies with cameras. Whoa. I'm just standing outside protesting, man. The government.
we're here peacefully protesting for justice for Jon O'Keefe. I didn't announce this because this is going to be a one-man protest. We are here with Richie here. He is documenting this, but we're here to peacefully protest. Last night at the Board of Selectmen meeting, we had a really good turnout of Canton people who are demanding better for their town. So if you're in the area, feel free to come down. We are peacefully protesting again outside of D&E Pizza. Oh my goodness gracious, he's so angry. Is Colin in now? Okay. So, we want Chris to resign, right? But what else we got here? What else are we warning people about? Oh, this, of course. I mean, this is mediocre chicken parm inside. Be warned. Be warned if you're going to try it. It's mediocre. Okay, it's come see, come sat. What else do we have?
That's just a Yelp review. That's just like, you're allowed to hold a sign that says mediocre chicken parm inside. You're allowed to say the food here isn't that good. It's not, I'm not even saying it's bad. They said it's mediocre. There's worse chicken parms out there. There's a lot better. It's mediocre. I mean, come on. Does anybody think they're going to go to D&E Pizza and get excellent anything? Like, is that surprising to anyone? Give me a break.
Oh, Colin was in the house. Colin was inside the house.
Okay,
the data shows that Colin was inside the house. If Colin's out there right now, please, Colin, if you have an alibi, come on down and share it with us. We'd be happy. We'd be happy to show and correct the record. If you could just show us the Life 360 data that they claim that you have from, what was it? Around 12:11, I think they're saying that you left. You're saying that they left at 12:11, right? So, if you have it, Colin, feel free to come down here and show it to us. We'd be happy to clear the record. We haven't heard from you. We haven't heard back from you about it. But yeah.
And by the way, this was before that screenshot came out. This is before that was produced. And so I'm like, and that shows I'm trying to get both sides. I'm like, people are like, you didn't hear our side. I'm literally on camera asking if you guys have any evidence that Colin wasn't in the house when Jon got there. Can you come forward? Because it looks like he was. So do you guys have any evidence that he, and the whole thing looks shady because he's never been questioned. These are great signs. By the way, I literally went right into I'm parked in the Walgreens parking lot. I literally go inside the Walgreens and buy like a 5-pack of these with a magic marker and just write it out in the fucking parking lot. It's like a really organized protest they have here. One-man protest.
We are here to protest. We're here peacefully protesting right in the center of town. So we'll see. A lot of traffic here. A lot of traffic. Colin was in the house. Uh-oh. He came out with the screwdriver. Colin was in the house. He was inside the house. Inside the house. He was there. The data shows that he's there. Brian Albert's grand jury testimony shows that he was there. He was in the house. So why wasn't he questioned? Why wasn't Colin Albert questioned? Colin was inside the house.
I mean, no lies told. He was inside the house. Why wasn't he questioned? This is me asking the police Are you guys going to do something about this? You guys going to question this guy? This is me raising awareness of this in the public square on a main street. I'm like, I want the public to ask these questions, man. You have a right to ask these questions. You have a right to make the public aware of these. You have the right to talk about this stuff. Why can't you do that? Why can't you do that?
He was inside 34 Fairview Road. He was there. He was there. We got a thumbs up. Nice to see. Colin was in the house. He was inside the house. I'm telling you, he was there. He was there, folks. He was there. Kids, Colin was in the house. Colin was in the house. He was inside 34 Fairview Road. Why wasn't he questioned by police? Why was his identity hidden for so long? Hey, there she is. There she is. Colin was in the house. Colin was in the. Colin was inside the house. He was there. He was there. Why are they hiding him? That's what I want to know. Why are they hiding him? Why, if he didn't do anything wrong, why doesn't he just admit to being in the house? Because remember, they said Jon O'Keefe never came in that house.
Fair question.
So what does it matter if Colin was in there or not?
It's a good
he
point.
was there.
It's a good
but
point.
what does it matter if he was? If John never stepped in the house. Colin was in the house. He was there.
He's making a good point. I got to be honest with you. You might not like his style. You might not like his hat. You might not like his abrasiveness, whatever, but he's making good points. I got to give him credit.
There, Colin was inside the house. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. What is Chris Albert covering up? What was Chris Albert covering up?
These are just questions.
Chris Albert, the owner of D&E Pizza, has
It's at the
dozens of judgments
of the
against him
chat.
in civil court. He can't pay his bills. Julie, his wife, didn't show up for court last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe tops. Where was she? Why didn't she show up? Why can't she pay off a $1,000 credit bill? And so, what's the town budget here? $145 million?
Something like
You're going to
that.
put a guy in charge of the budget, of a budget that big?
Doesn't
And he
seem
can't
right.
pay his bills?
Nope.
They're not paying their own suppliers here. They got sued by some of their suppliers. They can't even pay for their pepperoni. What? The pepperoni man is getting stiffed. Colin was in the house.
What?
He was inside 34 Fairview Road.
I mean, these are all valid questions. This guy wants to run $140-something million budget. By the way, look in the comment section. You see there? I love seeing the chat. And I see here, go Aidan, says Julie G. That's Julie Ginto from the Food Stamp 5. She's one of the Food Stamp 5. And then she goes down here. He's not breaking the law. Exactly. Thank you, Julie Ginto. He won't get arrested. Thank you so much. Yeah. He has the right to fully protest on a public sidewalk. Exactly. Thank you for admitting this.
He was inside 34 Fairview Road. When Jon O'Keefe went inside, Jon O'Keefe also went inside 34 Fairview Road. They were all there. They were all there. So what's up, everyone? Okay, what else do we got? Colin was in the house. Colin was in. Resign Chris Albert. He needs to resign. He's a disgrace. Yes, resign Chris Albert. Resign Chris Albert. You're a disgrace to the Board of Selectmen. Take Jon Connolly with you. These are not random effing citizens, Jon Connolly. They are taxpayers. They are civically engaged Americans who don't like murder in their town. They don't like murder in their town. They want justice for Jon O'Keefe. They want justice for Karen Reed. They want to free Karen Reed because she didn't do anything wrong. She's a victim in all of this. She did nothing. Resign Chris Albert. Resign Chris Albert. Show some dignity. You don't even know what CASA stands for, my guy. CASA.
Yeah.
Substance abuse. He condones underage drinking in his house. They were having underage drinking at 34 Fairview Road on the night of January 28th.
They were.
What's happening? Yes. Resign Chris Albert. Mediocre chicken parm inside. I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean, that's a good point. He brings up a good point. Chris, they were, this guy is in charge. He was on some subcommittee about substance abuse. Remember, he couldn't say what it stood for at the Board of Selectmen meeting. Somebody asked him what it stood for. He didn't know, but he was on it. And this is right after Jon Connolly was on the hot mics. These random fucking citizens are down here, blah, blah. I mean, this was all political protest. This is all relevant stuff. Like, this dude's running the substance abuse subcommittee or something like that. And he's having underage drinking parties with his own kids. I mean, Colin's underage. It's undeniable. And he's drinking with his parents.
Would not recommend it. So he needs to resign. He needs to resign. How can a member of the Board of Selectmen who's in charge of the DPW not have a conflict of interest if his son was inside the house that night and the plow driver from the DPW, Lucky Lachlan, I was pronouncing it wrong the whole time. The R is actually an L.
Oh.
Don't get the chicken parm. It's not, you'll regret it. You'll regret it. I'm telling you, it's mediocre at best. It's mediocre at best. You don't want it. So I'm telling you right now, how can a member of the Board of Selectmen who's in charge of the DPW not have a conflict of interest if a member of the DPW, Lucky Loughlin, has been told by his superiors not to talk to the media? What's happening? Resign, Chris Albert. You should resign, Chris Albert. You must resign. Honk if you want. Free Karen Reid.
Yes.
Free Karen Reid. Free Karen Reid. There we go. Who's that? Is that the guy? Somebody on the roof? What is going on here?
Whoa.
So, yes. You'd love to see it. If you're in the area, feel free to come by and honk. Give us a honk if you think that Karen Reid should be a free woman, should have the charges dropped against her, and that the real people who murdered Jon O'Keefe should be arrested and charged with this crime. They need to be arrested and charged with murdering Jon O'Keefe. There are multiple murderers loose in the town of Canton. No one in Canton is safe as long as the murderers
listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Come by and honk. Give us a honk if you think that Karen Reid should be a free woman, should have the charges dropped against her, and that the real people who murdered Jon O'Keefe should be arrested and charged with this crime.
The real people who did this should be arrested and charged with this crime. Who's going to arrest them? The government. This is petitioning the government. This is me telling the government, you guys should go and do this. This is me literally standing outside demanding that the government on a public street, demanding that the government do something. Arrest the people who murdered Jon O'Keefe, because Karen Reid didn't do it. So you need to arrest the people that did do it. That's what this is about here.
Be arrested and charged with murdering Jon O'Keefe. There are multiple murderers loose in the town of Canton. No one in Canton is safe as long as the murderers go free.
That's
we have to arrest them all.
It's a public
we have to arrest
safety
them all.
act.
They need to go to jail.
Yes.
Enough of this.
Jail.
A member of the Board of Selectmen has a brother and a son who were inside the house that night. They lied. They covered up for a year. And they said Colin wasn't in the house. Except Brian let it slip at the grand jury when he said that when he got back past 12:15, Colin was still there. And Brian got there right around the same time that John did. So they would have us believe that Colin decided once his cool uncle got home, hey guys, it's past my bedtime. I need to go home. Colin was in the house.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Everyone knows it. Everyone knows. Colin was in the house. He was inside, folks. He was inside the house. How can he not even be questioned? How can you not even question every single person that was inside the house?
Fair.
How can you not even question them? There were other people in that house that were never questioned too. They hid the name Sarah Levinson from us for almost a full calendar year. Why? Oh, because she's a nurse. So we have to protect her, even though she watched an innocent man bleed out in front of her.
That's not good.
She was okay with that. She didn't do anything to preserve his life.
Nothing.
Julie Nagel's another one walking around here. Walking around this town like nothing happened. Like they weren't all witness to a murder. Like they aren't all actively covering it up and remaining silent as an innocent woman by the name of Karen Reid is facing life in prison for a crime she didn't commit. And the guy that owns this pizza shop here is on the Board of Selectmen, and he's involved in covering it up. Free Karen Reid. Free Karen Reid.
Yes,
Even the kids know it.
Kids are walking by going, free Karen Reid.
Even the kids know it. They know what's up. They know what happened. Everybody in Canton knows what happened. Everyone in Canton knows what happened to Jon O'Keefe. Jon O'Keefe was never hit by a Lexus. Karen Reid never backed into him with her car. It's a complete lie. And everyone knows it. Everyone knows that if Karen Reid were going to hit John going 27 miles an hour reverse, which is insane in the middle of a blizzard,
it is.
That her car would have a gigantic dent in it, that there would be blood on it. But no, there was nothing except a broken taillight, which we literally saw on video being broken at Meadows Ave at about 5 a.m. as she ventured out to look for him when no one else would. She's the only one who tried to save Jon O'Keefe's life. The only one who tried to save Jon O'Keefe's life. And what is the guy who owns this place? What does he know about it? What does Chris Albert know about it? Where was he? According to his own After David interview with Michael Proctor, his longtime close family friend,
they knew each
Michael, conflicted Proctor. According to him, he told Proctor that him and Julie were right over there at the waterfall park with Karen Reid, and that they left together. They left together, and he even said he went back to the house. And one of the reports, go back and read them. Chris Albert said he went to the house. Here we go. Whoa. Free Karen Reid. Free Karen Reid. Free Karen Reid, baby. So, I would not recommend the chicken parm from this place. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just mediocre. I mean, it's not the worst.
Exactly.
I could eat a napkin.
It's uninspiring.
It basically tastes the same. It's not bad, but it's not good. Definitely not good. But anyway, much bigger issues, though,
if you're hungry,
are what Chris Albert's family did the morning of January 29th, 2022.
It's true.
His son Colin was inside the house.
Really?
He was inside 34 Fairview Road when Jon O'Keefe was killed. Colin Albert is the only person in that house who had a documented history of issues with Jon O'Keefe. The only one.
True.
Colin Albert is a known
Oh, wait,
fighter.
whoa.
Colin Albert.
Whoa. Bro. Karen didn't tell you about Higgins, did she? Oh, she didn't tell you. Oh, young Turtleboy. There's so much you don't know about the Higgy Bear. Karen never told you about that, did she? Probably, you know, she's a little embarrassed. I get why she'd be a little embarrassed of that, but she probably should have told. I mean, your direction, you're definitely on the right track. The McAlberts are not innocent in any of this. They know. But like Jill Daniels said, what about Higgins? What about Higgins?
Likes to go around acting like a tough guy. Yeah. Free Karen Reed. What do you say? Fuckface. They call me fuck. So that's Colin's friends, I guess.
That's
fuckface.
rude. How rude.
That's not my real name. You can call me Doctor if you want. My real name's Aidan, but you can call me Doctor. But anyway, that's rude. That was really rude for him to say that. Again, I'm not even swearing or anything like that. Colin was in the house. He was there.
Yes, he was.
Colin was inside the house, guys. He was inside the house. Is Kevin Albert calling the cops on us again? Because last time we came to D&E Pizza, Chris made a call to Kevin because Chris didn't want to be seen on the 911 call that we pulled. So his brother, Detective Kevin Albert, one of the people who fucked up the Sandra Birchmore case, and I wonder what his role was. You're telling me Detective Kevin Albert didn't know what was going on with this whole thing?
Seems
You're telling me
unlikely.
every member of the Albert family doesn't know goddamn well.
Whoa.
Karen Reed. Here we go. So, back to this. Yeah, Admiral Turtleboy. I like that one. I should be the Admiral next time. So, I guess school's back in session. We had some kids come by, some high school kids.
Relax.
They were saying free Karen Reed. Everybody in this town likes Karen Reed, except for the assholes. Like, there's like 10. The people that randomly drive around with eggs in their car, they tend to be fans of the Alberts. But everyone else is not. You didn't get the chicken parm, did you? You didn't get the chicken parm, did you?
Chicken farm?
Yeah.
No. There you see this conversation. This is a high school junior. I'm surprised they didn't get indicted for this conversation. Watch this.
Okay, good. Okay, just it's mediocre. You don't want it. Okay.
Why is something bad with it?
No, something's just bad with the owner. They killed someone. Well, he didn't do it. His son and his brother were most likely the ones that did it. Are you familiar with the Jon O'Keefe story?
No, who's it?
Oh, so Jon O'Keefe was a Boston police. I'm going to give you a card. Okay, so we made these cards here. Let me get it.
Cards. I got cards.
Wait, so he like actually killed somebody?
His son and his brother were inside a house where a man was murdered and placed on the lawn to die. So his girlfriend Karen Reed was framed for it. And if you turn this over, if you go use that on your phone, we got a 30-minute video explaining the whole thing. It's going to be on Dateline. It's going to be the craziest story ever. But well, they said that she ran him over. But it makes no sense. She's got no dents in her car or anything like that. They
I
said
thought like someone else did. I thought the guy did it.
no. Well, we believe that 2 men did it or multiple. We don't know because the house was never searched. They were never questioned, and the house was owned by a police officer. Ironically, a police officer was dead on the front lawn, and they didn't do a search of the house. They didn't do any. Well, okay, so they didn't do anything that they normally would do. If you scan that QR code, you're going to get a video that explains the whole thing, and it's going to blow your mind. What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
June. Oh, at Canton High School?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Today was the first day?
Yeah.
How was it? Good? Yeah, I used to teach 11th grade. How about that?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, long time ago. But you like history?
Yeah, it's all right.
That's what I taught, yeah. Well,
So you're a journalist now? You're not
yeah, I left teaching about 10 years ago.
I love this
I do
kid.
now. I'm an activist / journalist. And,
Nice conversation.
yes, award-winning. Yes, he knows. He knows. Thank you. Oh, I love Canton. I love the people of Canton. They're the best. Great people in Canton. Great people in Canton. So,
I mean, what a nice conversation that was. You know, that's why they need to play the whole tape, play the whole thing. Play me talking to an 11th grader on his first day of school, and I'm educating him about this case and handing him my card. It's got a QR code in the back of it to the framed video. It shows all the facts of this case. I'm educating the public, man. There's nothing wrong with this. About standing in the middle of town square being like, here's information you should all know about. Like, I might as well have a bell. Information here. I have information that the public should be aware of. Information. That's all I'm doing, man. Like, where's the intimidation? Chris Albert's not even here. Colin Albert's not even here. I'm standing on a public sidewalk with a sign demanding the resignation of an elected official and educating small children about the facts of a murder investigation.
anyway, some bees down here. Did they unleash bees at us? Did they unleash bees? They might have unleashed bees. I don't know what's going on. But Colin was in the house. That's what I do know. Colin Albert was in the house. He was inside Fairview Road, 34 Fairview Road. Is that a Daniels? No. She looks angry. She looks like a Daniels. But anyway, she doesn't look happy. I'll have to play if anyone wants to play it. What does it say, BPA in the car? Boston Police. Well, we're here to get justice for a Boston police officer by the name of Jon O'Keefe, who was murdered inside the home, not outside the home, inside 34 Fairview Road. And Colin Albert was present inside. Now, did Colin Albert kill him? I don't know. I can't be sure of that because he's never been questioned. That's the police's job to figure out. What I do know is Karen Reed did not kill him. It's impossible for Karen Reed to have killed him. Therefore, someone else did. So maybe the police should figure that out, except the lead investigator happens to be good friends with the guy who owns D&E Pizza, Chicken Palm Charlie himself, Chris Albert. He's known little Colin since he was a baby, and he wants to protect that sweet little boy that he knew, but Colin isn't a sweet little boy anymore. He's bang bang now. He goes around threatening people and beating people up. He's a really mean guy now. I don't know. It's sad to see that happen. I blame Chris Albert. I blame poor parenting. So I don't know how that happened, but it certainly did. So we are here. We want Colin to be, yes. What did he say? I don't know. Okay. He did sound supportive. Okay. Yeah, he went kind of fast. But anyway, don't get the chicken parm. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. You'll regret it. Indigestion, I'm telling you. Anyway.
I mean, that's fair.
Free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed. Justice for Jon O'Keefe. Colin was inside the house. He was there. I'm telling you. He was there. He was there. We know Colin was in the house. He was inside the house. Funny, they're not calling the cops this time. Interesting. Well, Chris isn't scared. Chris is no longer scared.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak real quick. Don't go anywhere. Here, let's see what we have here. Listen to this.
Yeah, you're gonna look up my name. I get it. Okay, but I know how much comes up on my name, and that bothers me to a certain extent, just because my daughter and I were talking about all this. Because I'll be straightforward with everybody here. When I first got this information, I went to my children, who are 12 and 15. They're not little kids or whatever, and I said, I have some really incriminating information on Aidan. They obviously know who he is at this point. What should I do with it? And my son said, well, if it's going to hurt his family, I wouldn't do it because you're going to look petty and hypocritical. And, it hurt us a lot. And I don't want to do that to anyone else. And I said, okay, my daughter, who has been much more affected because Aidan has really focused on her, and she's 15 years old, said, fucking bury him. All right.
Ship off the old block.
She did, though. Yeah. And one thing that she said to me today when we were discussing this is she goes, if I look up Kate Peters' daughter, the first thing that comes up is all this nasty shit about me. And she's 15 years old. I would say, and I'm not trying to extort anyone here. I would say that an easy way to quell my rage and all this would be if maybe, no, never mind. It doesn't matter either way. There was one point when I really wanted everything about my daughter taken down, but the damage has been done at this point. It would be an empty victory if anything about my daughter was taken down. I can't imagine victimizing a child like that, particularly one that has had a rough upbringing, because I've been very forthright about that. My children have issues, and some of them have to do with me. I can't imagine wanting to re-victimize them on the internet, but that is what Aidan has done. So I'm really, really, really trying not to do that with his children. I don't want them to look up their father one day and go, wow, my father is a drug-addicted, narcissistic, hateful, cruel.
Okay, all right. At least I have my kids. Okay. All right. Anyway, so back to this. So now we're going to, the chick that comes out, this is Jill Harrison Thomas. She and Jen McCabe are the ones who told Aaron Beatty that she needs to put a dick in her mouth instead of talking so much. That was what they told her.
So, all right. So, we'll see what happens. But we need somebody to be questioned by this. At the very least, can we get him questions? Can you take him in the back room and ask him some questions? Can you illumine the house? Can you search the house? Colin Albert was inside 34 Fairview Road.
He was
inside the house that night. How do you not question him? How you doing? What's happening? Free Karen Reed. You love me.
Oh, that's Jim Ferris. This is before I knew who Jim Ferris was. It's his Prius right there. He's like, you are such a fucking jackass.
Love me. Colin Albert was in the house. Yes, he was. Stop covering for cop killers. He was in the house. That's just a fact. Ask Brian Albert. He's the one that said so. And if he wasn't in the house, why doesn't he just prove it? It takes 5 seconds. A lot of people make up nonsense about me, and they say, oh, Turtleboy, you used to be a teacher. You were bad with kids. You did this, you did that. And it takes me 5 seconds to just pull out my separation papers, which I've published, to prove them wrong. It's really easy. When you didn't do something heinous that you're accused of, it's actually really easy to disprove it. So why doesn't Colin Albert just prove us wrong? I mean, imagine your son was going around being called a murderer and was being, accused of something so heinous like that. Not just with me, in court. Michael Morrissey put his name out there now. He's getting Googled around the country because of him. He's getting Googled everywhere because of him. Free Karen Reed. So, and if that was my son, I would be leading the charge to exonerate him. I'd sue me. How come they're not suing me? They know.
You spoke too soon, Turtleboy.
They know what comes out in discovery. They're not stupid. They probably looked into it, and their lawyer's like, no, you don't want to do that. That's going to get ugly. That will not turn out the way you think it will. There's a reason he's begging you to sue them.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Because there's this thing called discovery, Chris. Discovery. We got to discover all types of shit that Michael Proctor been hiding. That Michael Proctor can't save you in a civil lawsuit. I got news for you. He ain't going to be there.
Oh, you got that right.
So we need justice for Jon O'Keefe. We need to free Karen Reed. Colin Albert was in the house. He was. You know he was there, right? Tell me you didn't get the chicken parm, please. Oh, you're gonna. I'm telling you, it won't end the way you think it will. I hope you enjoyed that. But I got nothing against the workers inside. I mean, that one guy was a little lippy. That kid was a little lippy.
Roast beef Ronnie.
But he's just a misguided youth. A couple youths in there. Colin was in the house. He was inside the house. He was there. Yes, he was. Colin was inside the house.
We get
that cannot be emphasized enough. Colin Albert was inside the freaking bee. They sent bees after us. Yes, Colin was in the house. Colin was in the house. He was there. I'm telling you. Look at the grand jury minutes from Brian Albert. Brian Albert said Chris was in the house, so why wasn't he questioned? It makes no sense. It makes no sense why Colin Albert's not questioned for this. Why is Michael Morrissey covering for the owner of this pizza shop? Why is Michael Morrissey? You know Colin was in the house, right? She knows it. What's up?
He was.
Yes, he was. Exactly. Thank you. She agrees with me. That Colin Albert. So why did Brian Albert's grand jury minutes say he was there? I do. I like Jon O'Keefe would like his life back, but Colin Albert and then. How am I a low life? You went in there. You bought pizza off of a scumbag who doesn't pay his bills and whose son and brother were involved in the murder of a Boston police officer. True. And I'm the scumbag? Wrong. Walk of shame. Walk of shame. Shameful.
Be nice.
Shameful.
That is shameful.
They got nothing to say. They all want to walk away. Nobody wants to ever talk about this. Nobody ever wants to debate it because they know the facts aren't on their side.
They don't want
to. Turtleboy, we're going to kick your ass. Well, I came to Canton. I'm standing here in the middle of town, broadcasting where I am. Come and kick my ass. Come on, Tim Albert. You made that mean. Nobody messes with your family, right? Well, I'm messing with your family, Tim. What are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do about it, son?
Tough guy.
Fredo.
Tough guy.
Nothing.
Tough guy.
Because you know, and I know that Colin was in the house. He was there. It's just a fact. It's just a fact, folks. Chris Albert needs to resign from the board of selectmen.
That's fair.
This is a huge distraction from the work that needs to be done in Canton. True. The roads need to be. Look at it. You got to patch up these roads a bit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looks nice. It is a nice downtown. I'll give them that.
You're real worried about the
lovely.
roads.
It's quite lovely, but it needs to stay that way.
Sure thing.
And quite frankly, how can it stay that way if the town is being run by a guy who doesn't pay his bills?
That's fair.
Resign Chris Albert. Canton deserves better than Chris Albert. They deserve better than Chris Albert.
I mean, these are all valid points. It's like, bro, this dude wants to run the town. He owes taxes. Like, he's the government. He collects taxes. So this is just a scheme for him not to avoid, like, what? He wants to run the police department, the same police department that investigated the murder that took place at his brother's house. What? No one thinks this is shady? Okay. I guess I'm just going to point out how insane this is.
This is a joke. Your town is a really nice town, but it's becoming a national laughingstock because of the guy who owns this place. He calls everyone a loser. He calls everyone a loser. Yes. Free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed. Resign Chris Albert. Resign right now. Step down for the good of Canton, for the good of the community. You're making women cry. Women were crying at the Board of Selectmen meeting, and you did that, Chris. How can you make a woman cry like that? Canton deserves better. And don't get your carpets and Mauritius carpeting because it comes with the side of homophobia. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I can't even repeat what he called me, but it was really rude. It was really rude. And it rhymes with Chris Comeau.
Yeah.
All right.
You're homo.
All right, she's back. Coming back. Which one's this?
Boy.
I don't think she's been in the blog. Yeah.
She's calling somebody.
Oh, she's calling someone, calling up the crew. Is it Colin? Colin, come down here. I want to meet you. I'd love to meet you, buddy. We should have a talk. Now that you don't have football practice, you got nothing but time on your hands. Nothing but time on your hands.
Why doesn't he have
resign
football
Chris
practice?
Albert. You need to resign immediately. Canton deserves better than Chris Albert. He's a joke. He's a joke. He's a bad person. He's mean. He's rude. He calls people losers. And he comes from a family of cop killers. Cop killers. Cop killers. Free Karen Reed. Karen Reed is an innocent woman, and even that lady knows it. Even she knows Karen Reed didn't do it. Yes, buddy. Yes. Free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed. Yes. Everybody knows that Karen Reed is that woman over there on the phone. She knows. You know Karen Reed didn't do it. You know Karen didn't do it. You're calling your friends right now, and you're like, oh, they figured it out. They figured it out. He's in Canton again. Why won't he stop coming here? Why won't? Yes. Free Karen Reed. Yes. Yes, mediocre chicken parm inside. Wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't recommend it. So, I mean, I've been doing this for about 30 minutes and no police. Yes, none. It's so funny. Where is Helena Rafferty? I came all the way to Canton to meet Helena Rafferty because she said some untrue and horrible things about your favorite local award-winning journalist. She said that we violated Section 268, whatever, because we peacefully protested against the murder of a Boston police officer, which happened in her town. Yes, free Karen Reed.
Yeah, she did. She was the first one to say that. She said that at the 268 13B. She's like at the August 8th, 2023 Board of Selectmen meeting. She said that this conduct might be a violation of Chapter 268, Section 13B. And I'm like, what? That's witness intimidation. What are you talking about? Little did I know, this is August 30th. The hostage video happened a couple days before this. So I'm kind of here in response to that. Like, no, actually, we're not going to stop, bro. We're going to increase the protesting.
We need to free Karen Reed. Got to drop the charges against an innocent woman. And we're never going to stop fighting. This is step one. From here, it's about 30 minutes to Quincy. We're going to be going to Quincy after this, and we're going to be confronting the biggest jackass in this whole story, Lionel Michael Morrissey, the district attorney who is protecting Colin Albert. He's protecting Colin Albert. What does Brian Albert have on Michael Morrissey? That's what I'd like to know. Why is Michael Morrissey protecting some 18-year-old punk who goes around threatening people so much? Yes, yes. Colin was in the house. Colin Albert was inside 34 Fairview Road on January 29, 2022. He was there. A completely innocent man by the name of Jon O'Keefe. Google it. Jon O'Keefe was murdered in your town. He was left out to die on the home of a Boston police officer.
Google
his girlfriend, his innocent girlfriend, was then framed so that they could avoid going to jail. One of the people inside the house is Colin Albert, whose father, Chris, is a selectman in your town, and you deserve better than that, Canton. You deserve better. Yes, free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed. Yes. Everybody in Canton wants to free Karen Reed, except for like 5 douche nozzles.
Oh.
And they all look the same. They all have this snarly look on their face. They all look grizzled. Like they go to the bar on a Tuesday, like every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. They're regulars down there.
Regulars. The hillside.
So,
low comp.
Low comp. Yes, she didn't do it. But more importantly, we need to get the people who did do it. Justice for an innocent man, Jon O'Keefe, who was beaten to death and then left out to die in the cold. But
it's like the more I watch this stuff, and I'm like, they're like, you're just simping for Karen Reed. Bro, I mentioned Karen Reed like 5% of the time during these protests. Most of the time, I'm talking about Jon O'Keefe, not Karen Reed. I'm like, Karen Reed, to me, was always just a distraction. She was always just the patsy. That's what she was. She was the person being framed for killing Jon O'Keefe so they didn't have to go after the people that did it. That's it.
A bunch of thugs, one of whom has a father that owns this place. Or maybe Colin didn't do it, but he was in the house.
Maybe.
He was in the house.
Oh,
and someone in that house killed Jon O'Keefe.
I even say maybe he didn't do it, but someone did it, and he was in the house literally saying this. Like, listen to the shit I'm saying. I'm like, bro, he was in the house. Can you just answer some questions? Can you just show some evidence? You have not been eliminated as a potential suspect because you were never treated one by the police. And she didn't do it. So we got to look for who did it. Let's never forget this.
Yes. Free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed. Yes. Yes. They love it in Canton. They love it. We are at the source of it. Yes. Yes. Colin was in the house. He was inside the house. He was there. We need the geofence data. We need the geofence data to show. I'm telling you, you got the geofence data, it's going to show him in the house. It's going to show him in the house. I'm 100% certain of it. Of course, we never got the geofence data because it's, yes, free Karen Reed. I love it. I love it. Oh, nice car. Sweet ride. Sweet ride. Oh, there, is that an LX? Is that an LX? That's a GX. That's like the tank one. Okay. That thing ain't killing somebody going in reverse. First of all, I ain't going 27 miles an hour reverse. No cars. Google it. Read our 122-part series and growing on tvdailynews.com.
122.
You will be amazed what happened in your town. You're living in a town where multiple cop killers are roaming free right now. A man was murdered in this town, and we need to get the people who killed him.
Don't try the veal. It's almost as bad as the own.
Yeah. He said, don't try the veal. I don't even think I have to.
Try the veal. It's just as bad as the owner.
Let's go. Ooh, yes, let's go. Let's go, brother. Oh, shit.
Oh, picture time.
Colin was inside the house.
Oh, big shot. Mr. Celebrity.
Thanks, dude.
Mr. Celebrity.
Other one. Look at it. Hey, what's happening?
Oh, so exciting.
Oh, my goodness, my poor Ethan, is that your son? Thanks, man. I'm good, but thank you. I appreciate it. How you doing? Oh, I'm Aidan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm Staaahp.
Hi, pleasure. Okay, well, nice to meet you anyway.
We're
There
all
we go.
real
Elbows.
Mr. Cool Guy.
Yeah, we're protesting out here. We're trying to raise awareness to close the door and not letting us go. But yeah, we got. But most people coming by, they support us. Yeah,
A little kid. That
was adorable. That little kid says, "Hi, Turtleboy."
Hi, Turtleboy.
What's happening, brother? How are you?
I'm okay. How are
Good,
you?
thank you. Good, thank you. Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
I can't. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, do it. I got you.
Oh, it's
Hit the middle button.
it's
My wife's gonna
made.
shit her pants.
There we go.
So my wife's the one. We had the rock thrown through our window.
Oh, down by Kerry Roberts' house. Oh, wow. This is a pit stop. This is the warm up. This is the warm up. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Keep doing what you do.
Thanks. Will do. Will do. Yes. Colin was in the house. Colin Albert was inside 34 Fairview Road. He was there the whole time. He was there. There's no freaking way Colin Albert decided to leave right before Uncle Brian got home. That doesn't make any sense. No one believes that. No one believes that. They've hidden him from police the entire time. Every single person who was in that house for a second should have been questioned. They spent. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Free Karen Reid. Free Karen Reid. I'm telling you right now. Don't go. You don't want to get the food here. It's mediocre at best, especially the chicken parm. Definitely wouldn't recommend it. So Colin Albert, there's a guy in your town, multiple people in your town who killed a Boston police officer and left him out to die in the bit. You know what happened. Everybody knows what happened. Everyone knows what happened to Jon O'Keefe. I feel bad for you guys.
True.
It's a nice town, but there's a couple of killers on the loose in this town, and no one is safe until justice is served. We got to get them. We have to arrest the bad guys. We cannot count on Michael Proctor to do it. He's corrupt. The entire Massachusetts State Police is corrupt because they allow Michael Proctor to continue to work murder cases. It's a disgrace. And every state trooper out there knows it. There's a lot of good state troopers out there.
Like, what lie have I told right here? What lie have I told? Every single thing I've said has turned out to be 1,000% true, especially now in light of what we now know. But go ahead.
That are disgusted by Michael Proctor. All good police are disgusted by Michael Proctor. Everybody knows that Michael Proctor is covering for Colin Albert and Brian Albert and John McCabe and Matt McCabe and the rest of the people who conspired to throw Jon O'Keefe out on the lawn of 34 Fairview Road on the morning of January 29, 2022. We know that. We know that. Justice for Karen Reid. Colin was in the house. He was there. Colin was there. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Colin Albert was brought. Federal investigators, the FBI, 2 FBI agents came to Colin Albert's dorm room on April 10th, 2023, and they gave him a subpoena to appear in front of a federal grand jury. What on earth do you think they want to ask him? What do you think they want to ask an 18-year-old kid from Canton at Bridgewater State? They want to ask him, what were you doing inside the house? We got something there? I'm foaming at the mouth. I'm fired up. Okay.
Take it easy.
Yes, LX350, love it. RX350.
Wash your mouth. Wash your mouth.
Those things. Yes.
You're disgusting.
Free Karen Reid. Free Karen Reid. Colin Albert was in the house. Never forget that. Never forget that. We are raising awareness that Colin Albert was inside the house.
I didn't hear you the first 100 times.
Is he taking a
Say it
ice
20
cold
more
bath
times.
after what happened to him after the spanking he took at the Board of Selectmen meeting last night?
Yeah.
From soccer moms and grandmas? Oh, poor Chris Albert. Is he drinking another extra large iced coffee? Yes. But you know he has 2 turbo shots too. Colin was in the house. Everyone knows Colin Albert was there. We got to figure out if he did it. Is he the one that killed him? Is he the one who killed Jon O'Keefe? We'll never know till he's questioned. Stop protecting Colin Albert. Stop. He's an adult. He did an adult thing. Stop protecting him. Stop protecting Brian Albert. Stop protecting John McCabe. Stop protecting Brian Higgins. Stop protecting Michael Proctor and all of the other scumbags involved in this. That's right, folks. We're in your town. We're here.
You know, so why didn't the FBI arrest him? I don't know, because the grand jury's closed and the night is young, right? How long did it take them to arrest Donna Adelson? The feds. You tell me. They had her pretty dead to rights. Bro, they had the hitmen that did it. They had the hitmen who did it, and they were like, the Adelsons hired us to do this. We were paid to do this by the Adelsons. And they still didn't arrest the Adelsons for like 5 more years after that. Like, what do you want them? What do you want?
We're here. We're going to free Karen Reid. Where are the police? They just disappeared. They came here last time. The police got Rich. Last time I was here, police were here in like what? 2 minutes? Yeah. Now they're just not go. Maybe because Chris isn't crying to Kevin because Chris can't call this brother Kevin. Yes, Colin was in the house. Colin was in the house. He was there the whole time. He never left. Well, who gave him a ride home? How did he get home? We need that question answered. I don't know the answer to that question. How did Colin Albert get home?
Oh, I know that one.
Who gave him a ride home? Who helped him flee the house, not leave?
Oh, this is before I knew about Allie McCabe. It's so interesting to go back and watch these. You're like, bro, you didn't know about Allie McCabe? Oh, young turtle. I have so much to teach you.
He fled the house. He got the hell out of there because he couldn't be around Jon O'Keefe's dying body. They needed to protect the young. Colin Albert was in the house. He was there. He was there the whole time. Yes, he was. We need to free Karen Reed. She didn't do anything wrong. Free Karen Reed. Yes. Colin was in the house. I love when the kids wave. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. The kids know what happened. The kids, I mean, these poor kids. Yes. Free Karen Reed.
Yes.
Free Karen Reed. Colin was inside 34 Fairview Road that morning, folks. He was inside 34. He was an out-of-control meathead. He did something stupid, maybe. But he's got to be held accountable for it. Karen Reed should not go down for what Colin Albert did or did not do inside that house. We need to be questioned. How? Oh, it's the lady from the yes, you're the one who had like the mic drop. What you said? Oh, you said free. She said even an idiot knows. Nothing. Good stuff or bad stuff? The next generation of Turtle. Owner of D&E Pizza, Chris Albert. He's really rude to people, first of all, and he makes like you not want to come to town and like stimulate the economy, which is the exact opposite you're supposed to do as a select board member. But he just makes people feel really uncomfortable. He won't let me buy his mediocre chicken parm. He won't let me buy it. He chases down women at the waterfall. He says inappropriate things. He's just rude. He couldn't even look anyone in the face last night. He sat there twiddling his little straw from his extra large iced coffee and couldn't even look these people in the face. He needs to resign. He is a disgrace. I have about what happened inside 34 Fairview Road. Michael Proctor spent infinitely more time in this bar and grill than he did inside the murder scene. Why is that?
Such a good point.
Oh, look, how many drinks did she have? Did she have 4 drinks or did she have 6 drinks? We need to look at the cameras and see how many drinks she had because she must have been plastered. And that's the only explanation. And somehow, if she had 9 drinks, that explains how you can have no bruising on your body whatsoever after being hit by a car and dog bites appear on you. I don't know if you...
I mean, he makes a good point. They spent so much more time inside CF McCarthy's and the waterfall where they were before John was killed, and they spent 0 seconds inside Brian Albert's house, which was the property in which his dead body was discovered, and the house that he was invited to afterwards, and the place that Karen Reed said that he went inside of, in which Ryan Nagel, Heather Maxson, and Ricky D'Antano confirm that he seemed to be inside of. And they didn't go inside, but they went inside CF McCarthy's and they checked the tapes a million times. Who cares? Who cares how many drinks she had? If he wasn't hit by a car, who gives a shit?
You guys know that. When you go to CF McCarthy's and you order a round of drinks for everyone, you get dog bites on your arms. It's the craziest thing. It's just police work. You wouldn't understand. You're not a medical examiner. You wouldn't understand. If you're not a medical examiner or a trained professional, then you don't understand where it comes from. Free Karen Reed. You need to free Karen Reed. Colin Albert was in the house. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Colin was there. We need Colin to speak up. Colin's got to stop hiding. Colin has to talk about what he did. Colin needs to take accountability for his actions. He's got to be a man. I know it's going to suck. I wouldn't want to go to jail either, but you know.
The pressure, Turtleboy.
Yes, brother.
Yes.
He was one of the Tony Branch protesters too. Oh yeah, that guy's a good guy. Yes, Colin was in the house. You know it. You know it. She's got the same car as me. Same color too. All right, I love it. It's a very popular car. Colin was there. We all know it. He was inside the house. He was there. Find out who delivered the fatal blow. Who inside 34 Fairview Road the night that Jon O'Keefe was murdered. He was not murdered outside the house. He was murdered inside the house. And we need to find out who delivered the fatal blow. Who decided to put him out on the front lawn like that? Exactly what time did it happen? Who are the other co-conspirators? What did Kevin Albert know? What did Chris Albert know? What does Sergeant Lank know?
All I'm doing here is just raising awareness. That's all this is. Talking about the issues, talking about the facts. Again, picture this being played in front of a jury, because it's going to be the whole thing of me. So what's the problem? How is this witness intimidation? Like, witness intimidation is you going up to be something that you better change your testimony. What is my intent? Intent. What is my intent here? My intent is to educate the people, to ask questions, to demand an investigation, to demand that Jon O'Keefe's murder be treated seriously. That's all I'm doing. That's what the jury's going to see here.
What do all these people know? What does Helena Rafferty know? What do these people know? They need to stop hiding. They need to stop telling us to stop. And they need to speak and talk about what happened that night. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of writing about the story. I'm sick of doing live shows with thousands of people and smashing records. I'm sick of winning all these awards for journalism because these people
get
don't
over
just come
yourself.
clean. They're making me win awards. Stop it. If you guys would just come clean, I would stop winning so many awards. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Just come on.
Easy.
Free Karen Reed.
Easy.
Yes. Free Karen Reed. Colin Albert was in the house. Tell everyone you know. Colin Albert was inside 34 Fairview Road. Spread the word. He was there. I'm telling you. He was inside the house. Yes, you know what happened, young man. I'm sorry that happened in your town. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But Colin Albert was inside 34 Fairview Road the night that Jon O'Keefe was killed. Free Karen Ray.
Yeah, like, oh, is that the guy that went for? This is activism, man. This is like the definition of activism. This is not the journalism aspect. This is my different hat. This is my activist hat I'm wearing now. And activism is also legal. You could be like, this means you're not a journalist. Okay, but I'm still an American. I'm an American citizen. I have First Amendment rights. And what you're seeing here is like the most American thing a person could do. Standing on a public street, yelling and talking and telling the truth and educating the people. This is how things worked before the internet. Like back in the 1770, shouting on the street corner about King George. These taxes are out of control. Like, how is this any different?
Colin was in the house. He was inside the house. He was there, folks. We want the geofence data. We want to look at Brian Albert's cell phone. Why is he hiding his phone for if he didn't do anything wrong? Why is Brian Albert hiding? Why did Brian Albert move and sell his family home for $50,000 less than it was worth? Why did Brian Albert replace his basement carpet 2 times in 4 years? Why did Brian Albert sell his family dog, Chloe, that was 6 years old and perfectly healthy?
Exactly. Like how is like all of the witness intimidation that I committed, like none of it takes place face to face. Isn't that another thing with like the only time I get close to these people, like in the flesh, is at the Billerica lacrosse game. That's it. Like every other time, it's something I said on my show or something I said at a public, you know what I mean? This is not, I'm literally just pacing, ranting on an impromptu live. That's all this is about the facts of the case.
They took pictures with Chloe. Where's Chloe? Anybody seen a German Shepherd? We're looking for a man-eating German Shepherd. Has anyone seen Chloe? Has anyone seen Chloe? Yes. Free Karen Ray. Free Karen Ray. Where is Chloe? Colin Albert was inside the house, folks. It's undeniable. Everyone here knows it. That's why they're honking, because we all know that Colin Albert was inside the house. We need to free Karen Ray. Is this an LX or a GX? Let's see. So there it is. That's the car that did it. Look how high the tail light is in that car. I'm gonna go stand next to this LX.
Look at this. Look at this.
I'm not. No, like
that's an LX.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah.
This is the same car.
Just hit his head. I'm really short.
It's the tail. No, it's the arm, Turtleboy. This is before I knew the Trooper Paul theory.
Right? It doesn't hit my head. It doesn't hit my head.
Look at most of the taillights on the side in an LX.
And everybody calls me short. John's taller than me, right?
Look at that. Look at that.
John's head got banged up on that. How did that taillight, tell me how that LX 570 taillight killed Jon O'Keefe? Can anyone explain the science of that? Can anyone explain?
You're right, man. The game's still up.
Yes, free Karen Ray. Free Karen Ray. Colin Albert was inside the house. Yes, he was.
God bless you, Turtleboy.
Thank you. Colin was inside the house. I'm telling you right now. Colin was inside. How are you? How you doing? Free Karen Ray. Colin Albert was inside the house. Yes. Oh, finally a cop goes by. A cop finally goes by. We've been here streaming for 48 minutes now. It's the first cop I've seen. The first cop I've seen.
But I thought it was illegal.
We need justice for Jon O'Keefe.
This is a
crime. We
crime.
need Karen Reed to be a free woman, and we need the people responsible for killing Jon O'Keefe and Freeman Karen Reed to be held responsible for it. At the very least, can you ask them some questions? Can we get somebody not named Michael Proctor to start asking these people some relevant questions about what happened that night? Because these guys are going to squeal, man. You just got to ask one of them. Is it free Karen Reed, buddy? Yeah, buddy. Yes. Colin was inside the house. Colin was, you're a loser. I'm not a loser. I am not a loser. I am not a loser. You're a loser, Chris. You're a loser. Bunch of losers. Jill Daniels is a loser. I'm not a loser. I'm a winner. I'm an award-winning journalist. And we're here to solve
easy.
Easy. Colin was in the house. He was there that night. He was there that night. Who's listening to the scanner right now? How many people are calling? You know that scanner's busy right now. You know the scanner people are like, oh, dude, people got to stop calling. The cops are like, we know. We can't do anything about it. He's investigating what we won't do. So we got to, hopefully he'll leave. The cowards of Canton would love it if I left. And I will, because I'm going to Quincy, because I got bigger fish to fry than Chris Albert. For starting, yes, a funeral car. Yes. Even they love it. They love it. They want justice. Yes. Where's Lucky? Freedom for Lucky. Protect Lucky. Protect Lucky Lachlan. Another one. Oh, that's the GX. That's basically the same thing. But again, that's a little bigger. A little bigger. I think the GX is slightly bigger than the LX.
I don't think it is.
Yes. Everybody knows it. Colin Albert was inside the house. Colin Albert was inside the house, folks. He was inside 34 Fairview Road the night that Jon O'Keefe was killed. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Everyone knows it. Everyone in this town.
The longer I stayed there, now word spreads. Turtleboy's in town, and that's when people start and everybody starts honking their horns. Again, this is where they need to play the whole thing. Like, bro, I'm not the bad guy. Look at all these people. They love me. Everybody, the only person who didn't like me is Jill Harrison Thomas, but she's miserable anyway, and Jim Ferris in the Prius. That's it. Everybody else likes me. And Roast Beef Ronnie.
Knows what happened. I'm standing here in the middle of town telling you guys what you already know, what you're not supposed to discuss. Is that Angela? How are you? Angela Channel Dial? Yes. Colin was in the house. He was there. You want to park? Yes. Okay.
More people joining us.
All right. We got almost 1,000 people watching middle of the day stream.
Oh, that's nothing.
Don't get the vodka drinks. You might kill someone. You might run someone over. Cease to exist. It must be really strong. I'll have to try one someday, but I don't want to go to jail. So I'm going to pass on that for now. Okay. So we are here for, if you're just tuning in now, welcome to the stream, folks. Yeah, no one booed the family. Of course not. We would never do that.
Never.
We're here fighting for the family. Part of me feels bad for them that they're so misguided and lied to. They're victims in this too.
Don't feel bad.
I wish they'd be nice to Karen Reed, but you know. Colin was in the house. Colin was inside the house. Yes, we need to free Karen Reed because Colin Albert, baby, was
people seem to agree.
34 Fairview Road when Jon O'Keefe was murdered.
People seem to agree.
Outside. He was murdered inside the house. And if Colin Albert didn't kill him, then he knows who did. Yes, buddy. Yes, buddy. Yes, we need justice now. We demand action. We demand action.
There you go.
We demand that the crooked cops who murdered and covered up the murder of Jon O'Keefe be held responsible. Enough is enough.
This is more petitioning the government. We demand the government do something.
I'm sick of coming to Canton. I like it here a lot. It's really nice. But it's kind of, yes, I love your town. Don't get me wrong. But I'd like to spend less time here. If you would just arrest the people who killed Jon O'Keefe, then I wouldn't have to keep coming to your town. I don't want to keep bothering you. Very nice people. You all seem lovely. But the fact of the matter is, there's a couple or a handful of killers running loose in your town, and they need to be put away before someone else gets seriously hurt. Because what lesson did they learn from this? That they can kill with no consequence. Oh, yeah. While you're down there. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Oh, real cute.
All right. So, I'm going to cross the street 1 second.
All right, let's go.
I miss these days, too.
This lady was up to me. Oh, you were in the fucking...
You know, and it's real. It sucks. I had to stop doing it. You know, I couldn't do it anymore. This was the best. This was me in my prime. I loved this shit. And I just couldn't do stuff like this anymore because they arrested me. And I guess that was the whole point, right? Is to silence me because I can't do shit like this anymore. I got stay away orders, but I love doing stuff like this.
Citizen, you were there last night, correct? On your free Karen Reed shit?
Yeah.
Oh, she's got pins.
Fucking random citizen number one.
Yes, yes. Great reception here in the middle of town. He was there. I'm telling you, he was there. Yes, he was inside the house. Colin Albert was inside 34 Fairview Road that night, guys. Yes, it is. Yes, he is. Yes, it's very corrupt. It's very corrupt indeed. Very corrupt. Yes. Yes, we love you too.
Exactly.
Take down the bad guys in your town. Make Canton livable again. The streets of Canton are unsafe. Random men are thrown out in lawns on this town. And the people who killed them are never held responsible. That needs to end. No more dead bodies on lawns. No more. I've had enough. One is one too many, quite frankly. It's killing the property value, especially in 34 Fairview, which sold for $50,000 less than the asking price.
True.
I wonder why that was. Ravis Realty, and maybe realtor Eric Hamlin can explain that to us. Why he didn't allow people to take pictures outside the house when they weren't looking at it. Maybe he can explain that for me. Bye, random citizen. All right.
Shady.
So we need justice, man. I'm telling you, I like this town a lot, but I'd rather save the gas, quite frankly. I do like driving my nice car now. You know, it's cool. It's a smooth ride. But, you know, I got other things I could be doing.
Oh, we're
right
real
now
impressed.
But the work needs to get done.
We're real impressed.
This is activism. This is grassroots activism. Yes, we are here. Yes. Justice for Jon O'Keefe. Free Karen Reed. Colin Albert was inside the house. I cannot emphasize that enough. He was inside. Yes. Colin.
Exactly. Nowhere am I saying, like, testify differently. Dude, like, I am not talking to the witnesses. I'm not telling them to do shit. I know they're going to lie. I'm not telling you better not testify or this and that. I'm literally saying the government do something. Arrest the people who are inside the house. Only the government has arrest powers. So I'm petitioning the government. Am I not? Like, give me a break.
He was in the house. Yes. Colin Albert was inside 34 Fairview Road that night. He was inside. Why is he hiding?
Thank you.
Where's Mr. Bang Bang? Where's Mr. Bang Bang? Bang Bang.
I said grassroots activism. Like, that's what my intent is.
I want to go. Come on, Colin. Come out and play. Where's Lucky? I want to meet Lucky. I want to tell him it's going to be okay. Yes. That wasn't him, was it? That was no way. That looked like an Albert. It wasn't okay. All right. Well, I'll let him do his thing. I'm just, I'm here to let the people of Canton know. Yes, Colin Albert was inside that house. We're here to raise awareness for this and free Karen Reed and justice for Jon O'Keefe. Great people of Canton know what happened. You guys deserve better than this. I don't want to keep coming to your town. It's a great town, but we can't. No one is safe until this murder is solved. The person who killed, or the people who killed Jon O'Keefe, need to be held responsible because it wasn't Karen Reed. It wasn't Karen Reed. That might save them. It might save the killers, but it ain't going to make the world a better place. It ain't going to make the world a safer place when an innocent woman who has never harmed a fly is locked up for the rest of her life. That ain't going to fix anything. That's not justice. That's not what justice looks like, folks. Colin Albert was in the house. I'm telling you, he was there. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious. He was there. Google it. Those guys know. They know Colin was there. Everyone in Canton knows that Colin Albert was in the house that night. He was there, folks. He was inside. Colin Albert was in the house. Any losers in there? Okay. Hey, everyone's a loser. The other one got a little lippy with me. Did you see the beginning of the stream? The other kid came out with his shirt. He put his shirt over his face and he tried to fight me. But I mean, that's what they do in D&E Pizza. They like to fight. They like to fight. Fight around the world. Yeah. Colin, he was in the house. He was there the whole time. Colin Albert was in. Colin Albert was inside 30.
Like a broken record.
You need to know what's going on in your town. There's a couple murderers walking. Yes. There's multiple murderers walking free in your town. There's multiple murderers walking free in your town right now. After this, we're going to be going to Quincy to the Adams Inn on Hancock Street, and we're going to be protesting Michael Morrison.
Oh,
yes.
More petitioning the government. Oh.
She needs to be free. We need justice. Colin was in the house. Yes, yes. What do you say? He liked this, right? Yes. Colin Albert was inside the house that night. It's just a fact. It's just an undeniable fact. It's an inconvenient fact for them, but he was in fact inside the house. He was there the whole time. I know it sucks. It's your son, but you got to come clean. You're not teaching him any values by teaching him that you can get away with this, that you can lie. It's wrong. It's wrong. The best thing that could happen to him, he's got to do his time. Or if he's innocent, you got to come clean. You got to tell us what happened. Did Uncle Brian hit the sauce a little too hard? Right?
I mean, like, what's wrong with telling the truth? Telling us what happened? What's wrong with that?
Did he, get a little carried away? I don't know. What happened? Maybe Chloe did it. Maybe Chloe caused that guy. Maybe Chloe picked up that weight and smashed him in the back of that. I don't know. Maybe blame the dog. Honestly, it makes more sense than blaming Karen Reed. Colin was inside the house. He was there, folks. It's undeniable. This guy knows it. He knows that Colin was there. Everyone, yes. Free Karen Reed. Free Karen Reed. Justice for Jon O'Keefe, baby. Justice for Jon O'Keefe. The 227 Google search happened. It happened. Don't listen to anyone who says otherwise. They're lying. Adam Lally is a liar. Michael Morrissey is a liar. They're all protecting themselves. And anyone who's sitting on the fence from that is a coward because she definitely Googled it. It's undeniable.
Yes,
undeniable.
Yes, she did.
Google that. Well, an innocent person was dying on the lawn because she wanted to know, how much longer until this guy just croaks and then we'll be safe. That's why she Googled that. How long until this guy expires and we can blame Karen Reed for it and move on with our lives? Because this whole thing is really inconvenient.
Get him.
Dead body right in front of us, dying, this guy that I know, and my kids are friends with him. It's really inconvenient for my life right now. So we got to get rid of this body. He just needs to die. So how much longer do I have to wait for Jon O'Keefe to die? I don't know. I don't know. That's what they want to know. That's why she Googled it at 227. She also Googled it at 624 because she wants us to believe that Karen Reed in a panic, instead of asking the EMTs how long to die in cold, ask Google. Go ask Jeeves. Ask Jen McCabe. She'll figure it out. Yes.
That doesn't make any sense.
Colin Albert was inside the house. He was inside the house. Yes, he was. You know it. Colin Albert was inside the house that night. He was there. It's undeniable. Let's start from that. Start with that. Let's just start with that. Maybe he didn't deliver the fatal blow, but he was there. He was there. And silence is violence. He needs to man up and talk about what happened. Maybe one of you guys, maybe you, Brian, maybe you should step up. If Colin did it and you want to protect him, say you did it. You take one for the team. I don't know, but don't make Karen Reed take one for the team. She's completely innocent. Yes, free Karen Reed. She didn't do anything wrong. She's a completely innocent woman who's had her life flipped upside down because some punks that make mediocre chicken parm didn't feel like going to jail. Colin Albert was inside the house. I can't emphasize that enough. He was there the whole time. He was there the whole time. We need to free Karen Reed.
It's interesting. I didn't get a picketing charge on. I didn't get the picketing charge on Chris or Colin Albert, even though I'm clearly picketing. I'm picketing. I'm holding a sign that's picketing outside a building used by a witness. Not that I want to give them any ideas, but why did the charges against me are so arbitrary?
Enough is enough. We need justice now. We need to free Karen Reed. Everyone in this town knows it. And the bigger problem is the corrupt scumbag DA, Michael Morrissey. And he's next on our little field trip here. And Alina Rafferty for that matter too. But Michael Morrissey, yes, big ass balls, you got that right. The biggest folks. She knows what's up. Everyone knows what's up.
We're real impressed.
They've seen the videos. Come on, let's see what else we got here.
Oh, I see what you did there.
So we got, everybody.
Real
I got one section. I think there was like 2 or 3 people.
Get over it.
The worker in there and a couple others. That crusty brother. She wasn't. Whatever. Like they all look the same. There's like 3 of them. But everyone else in Canton knows that we know that we know. You know, Colin Albert was in the house. He knows. Everyone knows. Colin Albert was inside 34 Fairview Road.
If you say
yes, he
so.
was.
If
yes,
you
he
say
was.
so.
Everyone knows that. You start from there. You establish that Colin's in the house, then you start asking some questions because he's never been questioned. Emily Fabiano, Mary Kent, Catherine.
I'm beginning to think this guy thinks Colin was in the house.
Judy, the daughter of the town administrator. All of them were in the house. None of them to this day have been questioned. We don't even know if Brian Higgins has been questioned. And he was definitely in the house and was with them at the Waterfall Bar. It was with Brian Higgins all day.
Tired.
Gets Quincy from here.
How do you, I don't know. I'm going to write it on my phone. It's we're going there next. Yes, free Karen Raid. Free Karen Raid. I thought he really wanted directions. I'm like, I don't know. You just write it in your phone. Here's Quincy in my phone. And then it tells me where to go. All right. But yeah, what time is it now? What do we got? 3:45 around? Okay. So we're going to call it a wrap here. We've brought awareness. Everyone in town now knows that Colin Albert was in the house. Mission accomplished. So we're going to go take a break. We're going to do another stream in a little bit when we get to the Adams Inn in Quincy to protest Michael Morrissey, the ultimate villain in the story. Peace, Turtle Runners.
All right. Yeah. So, show the whole tape, baby. Let's go. We're going to go through these one by one. That's what I need other content creators to do. Can I post the bill of particulars? When I get it, I'm going to post it. That's what we need from other content creators. You want to show that you have my back? Go analyze that shit. Do it. Talk about that. That's how you help free me. Find some shit that I missed. Make some good points. Do it. That's how you help free me. You ain't going to free me doing drama. Ain't going to help free me. Free your boy. So, tomorrow I have court tomorrow in Leominster. I'll be there. I am summoned as a witness for a clerk magistrate's hearing for a probable cause by a woman. I'm not going to say her name. I think you know who she is. I'm the victim of wiretapping. Somebody recorded a phone conversation with me on October 14th, 2025. Set the whole thing up, knew that she was recording me when I did not have any idea. It was asking me leading questions, attempting to incriminate me, attempting to try to get me to confess to things on tape I never did because I've done nothing wrong. And, that's a felony. And then she posted it on November 28th, 2025 on her Twitter account and claimed that she was in Rhode Island when she did it, except she wasn't. And, thought that you could just do something like that if you're in a mood, but you can't. You can't do that. And so tomorrow I've been summoned as a witness by the Holden Police Department to speak and give testimony and speak truth to power about, how I was victimized by this person and what they've done. So if a clerk finds a probable cause, then this person will be charged with the felony, and those legal proceedings will continue to go on. And if the clerk does not find probable cause, which I can't imagine how they wouldn't, it's literally all out there. I don't know what the defense is going to be, but no, these are closed door hearings. So clerk magistrates hearings are never open to the public because the charges do not exist yet. It's a criminal complaint hearing. So no charges have been filed yet. It is in Leominster District Court. So I'll be there tomorrow and we'll see what happens if charges are filed. All right. Anyway, let me read some turtle chats before we call it a night here. All right. All right. Beth sends $10, goes, do you think Karen would take a settlement for the state police and Canton police lawsuit, or does she want to go all the way to expose these criminals? I think she would take a settlement. I think it's going to end in a settlement. I don't think none of these things ever go to trial. It's always a settlement. They're going to offer millions of dollars and she's going to take it as she should. So no, I don't think I think it's going to go all the way with the McAlberts suing her. If that doesn't get dismissed, it goes to trial. That's where all these depots is where you're going to find out a lot of new information. So there's that, like the Colin one that he's avoiding. Sonia sends $10, goes, obviously you can't read. Sure, Sonia. Thanks. Mo sends $50 and goes, me and Mary B, the other Mary B, are gonna intent the shit out of this project. See, I love you guys for that. So hook it up. I appreciate that. And that includes like any old episodes, like, divvy them up, tell other people, let's get on this. We start making little spreadsheets about like timestamps about when I said shit. Like that's the kind of shit we need. So thank you so much for that. Next, Kim from Texas sends $25, goes, my hubby just retired from 19 years of competitive soccer coaching. He took 4 teams to the state cups. Watching the World Cup with our 3 older boys and in a family chat discussing it has been so awesome. It's what life is all about. Not who sent sex toys to someone else or what strangers think about your response. Exactly. Keep fighting the turtle fight. I'm happy to watch and timestamp old videos and would happily sign an NDA. I believe in you. Much love from Texas. Thank you so much, Kim. Sean sends $13, goes, you hit the nail on the head. Everything was getting real quiet until the McAlberts started this shit. Now they will get what's coming to them. I know, idiots. A-Rod sends $10, goes, do you know how many baby daddies Krusty has? Do you know why the father of those 2 kids gave them up? They have the audacity to comment about your parenting. Yeah, well, the oldest is a guy named Rich. I've talked to his parents before. His mother, nice lady, real involved in her granddaughter's life. But Krusty cut that out. Rich is a druggie. And so he's like in and out of jail all the time, blah, blah, blah. But then Stephen Young also was, a druggie. He was arrested for beating the shit out of her too. He died a couple of years ago. But he fathered the 3 youngest. So that's why he didn't fight, because he fully admits he's no position to be a father. But she should have stepped up and been a mother and obviously didn't. And chose to go with another junkie boyfriend named Andrew Johnson, who's just as bad as the other ones. And sends $10, goes, in my opinion, Fat Matt is and has been controlling every bit of the McAlberts murder. His IT expertise and tell him the guy never went in the house is why I believe this. The McAlberts think the FBI aren't investigating. What a joke. Of course they are. Without you, Dr. Karen would be locked up. Love your content. Well, thank you so much, Ann. Indie Girl sends $20 and goes, always behind you, Aidan. Wishing you only the best for you from Fort Wayne. Oh, my favorite hometown, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thank you. Carrie Girl Hinton sends $100. Woo, thanks. And goes, thanks for putting your foot down on the drama. Free Turtleboy. Well, that's why they call me daddy. Because somebody's got to come in and be like, this is not why we started this whole community, is it? Thank you. Herder of Cats sends $10, goes, for normal soccer daddy. Shame we got to take you out in the next game, mate. Oh, you're an Aussie. Oh, bring it on. Let's go. A-Rod sends $10, goes, it's legal to post bad reviews on all businesses. So what's the problem with what you're doing? That is a good point for trial. Exactly. And sends $10, goes, hey, doctor, not nearly as much incentive to investigate Allie McCabe's statement under oath. When John was in the house, the FBI needs to grab her ass and interrogate her. She's a weak link. I agree. You're an outstanding person. I also agree. Thanks. Karen sends $10, goes, listen, Turtle, sign me up for your trial prep team. I will sign an NDA any day. I'm so grateful for your relentless determination. Watching live from our family vacation in Nantucket. Was here last year watching the verdict. A moment I'll never forget. And don't forget, Turtleboy was right. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Enjoy Nantucket. Once knew a man who was from there. Melissa sends $5, goes, hey, Turtleboy, if you're looking for help going through stuff for your trial, I'm suggesting you have a sign up for the videos you need to be. Yes, exactly. We'll get on that. Thank you. Let's see. Melissa, you sent the same turtle chat 3 times. Thank you. Laura sends $5, goes, in the YouTube options, you can see transcripts. I'm aware. Correct. You can search for keywords and phrases. I'm in. Let's free Turtleboy. I bet Richie, but I don't want to do that. I want you to watch the whole thing and like get the vibe of it and tell me like, what was I doing here? What's useful? You tell me what's useful. in watching it, knowing what I need to prove. I need to prove my intent, what it was and what it was not, more importantly. Thank you. Anybody else here? No. Okay. Let me see Cash Apps. Yes, we got here. Leslie sends $25 and goes, what are you going to do in January when this is done? It's not done because I got the civil suit. So thank you. I'm going to keep working. Jen sends $5, goes, let's free our award-winning daddy. Let's fucking go. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. Khan sends $5 and goes, let's not forget about the geofence warrant BS. I haven't forgotten. The geofence could have solved all this. Cassie sends $10 and goes, I got my Turtleboy was right shirt. The courthouse one. That's a great. I got to order that too. Thank you. Laura sends $5. Goes, you need a bodyguard to escort you to court. I'm good. Thank you though, Laura. Appreciate that. Danny sends $20 and goes, the chat rats will get on the task ASAP. No drama. I know you will. And that's why, Danny, you guys always cover my videos. That's why I love the chat rats, man. You guys always share my greatest clips. It's great. You know, look for shit, pick up on shit, get on that. You know, love the chat rats. All right, cool. Let me see for what else do we have here? A member, Karen says, oh, I read your chat. Thank you so much, Karen. I appreciate that. Johnny 7574 says Turtleboy was right. Thank you. Hillary gives 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Congrats to the new members, and don't forget to renew. Don't forget to renew. On a scale from 1 to Jim Ferriss's car, how smelly is Krusty? She's pretty bad, bro. She smells exactly how she looks. Let's just put it that way. So thank you. And Felicia gave out 5 memberships. Congrats to the winners. And I think I already read these. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, I'm kind of tired, so I'm going to go to bed. But hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's YouTube presentation. Let's focus. Let's stay on the task, guys. Right? Let's go get justice for Jon O'Keefe, justice for Turtleboy. We already got justice for Karen Reed. Let's get there. We got justice for Kelsey. Let's keep this mission going. All right, guys. I am going to head to bed, but we will see you guys all for the next episode of Turtleboy Live Tuesday night, and we'll see you at the bus stop live tomorrow. All right. Peace to you, bum crease. Outie.
Top down, riding down Main, it's a clear night, screens glowing blue, got the facts in my headlights, Commonwealth tripping, but the truth stay calm. Morrissey and Lally, I'ma read them like Psalms. KP throwing shade from a broke down porch, but the files in my lap like a flame to a torch. I don't raise my voice, I just let the game speak. Steady with the grind while the crooked run weak. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just ride a slow grind. Midnight oil burning, pen hit the pad slow. Every word cut clean like the rims on the 6-4. From Boston to Brockton, the whispers all hum. Turtle boys riding in the reckoning gon' come. Lally in the back room, Morrissey on the phone. Trying to twist the narrative, but they can't postpone. I'm just sipping on the facts while the city play pretend true. Got no curfew, I'ma run it to the end. See, this ain't about fame. This about that long game. You can duck, you can weave, but the truth still call your name. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from